Mac also found something in the brazier next to the door, or not next to the door, next to the window. And we decided to take a long rest where we all leveled up respectively. And we were all able to take a nice long rest. And along with finding other items, we decided after that long rest to just move on from that room and try and progress as far forward as we could. We heard Spurt along the way, but kind of just decided to ignore him for the time being. CO also decided during that rest to read the Demonomicon, and now that unfortunately has also attached itself to her. So she's now the unintentional, bearer of two conscious items. But the most drastic change of all with everyone leveling up was probably Orasis gaining his power armor. And with that, he seemed to gain a new attitude, if not a whole new personality when he dons it. But as the group goes forward, we end up making our way through that gate and through the fake wall in the courtyard. But unfortunately, run into a mimic? Question mark? Trying to find that in the notes. I think it was a mimic.
No, it was a mimic, yep.
Orasis testing out his new power armor didn't do too hot, but collectively the group was able to subdue it and pull out an item from the, or pull out 3 items from the mimic. While we were doing that, Pyrrhavin took initiative to go forward and try to the best of his ability to make a feasible path for everyone to pass along the cliff face to get into the next area, which is a cave where we initially saw that blue light. Pyrrhavin's expertise, though, didn't really translate for the rest of us, as everyone who tried to scale the side of the cliff face ended up slipping and falling. Most of them into the water. Yeah, took good damage doing that too, and would fall unconscious. So as people were trying that, Orasis, Macmorn, and CO were trying to divvy up the items that were found. Macmorn had taken something, Gauntlets of Ogre Strength. Henri or Miracle were given well, yeah, I was about to say we're on the same level of what it was.
Gloves of Missile Snaring.
Yeah.
Gloves of Ogre
Yes.
Strength.
And then we got the Alchemist Jug, which we're kind of just collectively doing as a party. On God, I hope we don't pull mayonnaise. And then, yeah. Oh, well, if it wasn't for the fact that Orasis scared the kid within an inch of his life and he ran away crying, we could have tried that. Yeah, so where we had left off was Miracle, Henri, and Macmorn had all attempted to scale the cliff face, but after tinkering with the method which we used to pass across the cliff, we were all able to successfully navigate it and end up on the side that Pyrrhavin was in, as he was starting to hear noise.
Okay, awesome. Thanks.
And I got used as a counterweight.
But that is...
I couldn't remember what it was, but I remember we tinkered with the contraption and were able to get across.
But that is exactly right. You guys hear, and you hear it every now and then now that you're back here too. There's like a scuttling sound, and there's a sound of movement in the back. This is what you can see. So this is in your field of view right now. It does look like it's basically, it looks like the under like pennies of a mine. On top of that, there are some ladders that look like they go up into the ceiling. Let me give you a few of that. So the ceiling looks like this. So here. It's a little daunting, but so basically all the way up here, and you can't see it because Tailspire will take the roof off, but essentially there's like after 50 feet or so, you see that there's a damp ceiling of stone. But it is a good 50 feet or so inside of this cavernous area. There's a barrel. There's actually 2 barrels here. You can barely make out that there's a 3rd barrel on this side here. And then other than that, it's just a bunch of things that you could see here. I'll actually just leave the camera for you. All right, what'd you guys like to do?
Can I go ahead and make sure everything's going all right with the group that we all made it over here? More or less just have a conversation with everyone. How's everyone doing, guys? You doing all right? Can you hear anything?
Can we suffer some damage?
I would have, but I used Featherfall.
I took brain damage.
Yeah, are you okay, Rory? You have a concussion, or a light one, probably.
I'm
Yep.
great. Everything is spinning.
That's not great.
I'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on her.
No. I'm seriously okay.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I look at her eyes.
So you notice you look into her eyes, and I mean, it does look like she could have been like shocked, but she doesn't have the telltale signs of an actual concussion.
Oh. You'll be fine. Don't worry. And
We
I
had
give her
a
a little pat on the head.
We just had a
I sort of
moment.
jump up and pat her.
I mean, I'm only. I think I have her as 5'3", so you don't have to jump that far.
That's cool. Yeah, I can reach you.
Is the damage we took from the touching the water, is that permanent? I mean, not permanent, but is it still there?
Well, so the unconscious state, that's all you know so far. There's no actual damage. So you don't have to worry about damage on your character sheet. It's just that you did fall unconscious, and you are now conscious, but it didn't drop you to 0 hit points.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of that water you'd need to make somebody unconscious. Like if we could get a vial of it or something and throw it on somebody.
Yep.
I got vials of the of some acid.
All right. Well, if everyone's okay, I'm gonna go forward a little bit and move one of those barrels on
Absolutely.
top of.
All right, so Pirvin walks forward. Pirvin, if you walk forward to the first barrel, this is what you see. On the metallic portion of the band that keeps the barrel together, there's skittering runes all across it, on both sides, the top and the bottom. The runes themselves are not glowing, but they do look like they are slightly moving. This barrel looks more like a normal barrel. It does have a darkened wood with ropes. You can, as you get closer to this barrel, though, you actually smell a sweet, like a sweet smelling alcohol on this side. And then as you come over here, when the stream catches up, you'll see it. The last barrel that you can see has, it looks just like this barrel. They actually look identical, just like on the stream. And it does have the ropes like holding it, but.
Okay, I'm where I am. I'm going to gesture towards Erastus to try to get his attention by, just waving to see if he notices me.
Yeah. What? Yep.
And
Sure.
I'll just wave my hand over for him to come over here.
Yeah.
Would we be able to see the light from the rod from where we are?
So faintly, yes. You can actually see the blue light that's pulsating through here. That's right, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna.
It's very, very faint though. It's all the way in the end here.
Okay, I'm gonna send Wraith to see if like the wall is still blocking. If I'm this
Okay.
side.
Yep, that's a good. Okay, so Wraith goes through. Let me know when the stream catches up to when you can see my thing circling, and we'll go from there. I'm circling the house right now. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Wraith's gonna fly up here, and he flies to where we see these like mine shaft kind of like bearings here. There's a bedroll on top where he flies into, and he does kind of reach like a place where like Henri, you wouldn't be able to fit through this, but Wraith can, and there is this glowing pole with electrical energy, and there's a desk, The desk has all kinds of things. It has 4 ornate bottles of some kind of like liquid inside of it. There's a chest. There's a book. There's a scroll. There's a hat that looks very similar to a wizard's hat. There's 2 very nice looking ornate books. There's like a rod or scepter. There's also some powders. Let me get closer to it so you can see it. There's some glowing powders here as well. So this looks like some kind of work table or something.
Oh,
And Wraith isn't
Yes.
attracting any of the lightning? Or
No,
I,
no.
I think you said
No,
it's not
no.
exactly that.
Yeah, it's not. So I'm sorry. So even though there's like magical energy swirling around it, it does look like it's somewhat electrical. It's not exactly doing what this is doing,
Okay.
which is like streaking out everywhere. No, it's just it's on. So every now and then it'll go to this blue, but it's just this swirling energy around it. Yep.
And
I
Wraith-
like to imagine that the electricity hit the bat and it just turned it into like a bucket of KFC.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Dinner time.
Yep.
But it's not being affected by the pole at all.
Chicken of the cave.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I mean, did you ask the bat to fly into the pole?
No.
It's not affected by it in any way. Yeah.
It's more. I was seeing if it was like an area of effect, but it might.
It
just
doesn't.
be that...
It doesn't seem to be affecting it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I will tell the rest of the group that there seems to be a some kind of work desk near the whatever that pole is. There seems to be a chest and some books.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yep.
Do you think we should make our way to investigate it, or should we leave it be?
I mean, I'm always interested in, books. This place, just the tomb in general, has given quite a few interesting books, so it's always a good idea to look at them, I think.
Okay, well, if anyone wants to go look at them, I'll go with.
I'm going.
Let's go. I start walking towards it. I go to Pirvin.
Okay. Yep. All right. So here. So who's gonna go first? Pirvin, you're gonna lead the way.
Well, I'm up next to Pyramid because he called me over.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So-
would like Erastus to look at these runes.
All right. Okay. All right. So so Erastus, do you want to go ahead and make an investigation check? Just remember, anything with investigation means you have to touch it. But if you want to investigate it, you are gonna have to be hands-on. Otherwise, you can make a perception check.
Well, I'll be a bit cautious at first and see if I can notice anything without it.
Yeah. Go
touching
ahead. Go ahead and make a perception check. Yep.
I'll help.
Natural 20.
Okay.
And another natural 20.
Wow.
Wow, yeah, amazing. All right, so yeah, so you notice that the runes themselves are magic, and you think that these runes, even though it's magic that you don't understand or have never seen, and you actually are filtering everything that you know about runes and how they work, and you are pretty certain that this is some kind of like extraplanar off-world magic. As a matter of fact, it is a type of magic that just doesn't that at least you don't think exists within Faerun. This kind of runic magic just doesn't exist. You don't exactly know what it does just because you're not familiar with it. However, you're pretty certain that that it's protecting the barrel, and it will interact or go off. Maybe if you touch it, but the only way to now that you have a lot of hints, if you were able to do like an investigation check, you could figure this out completely with your natural 20. That said, you now know from the perception check that the runes are meant as like almost warnings too. If you do investigate this, something will happen.
Yeah, this is this is some kind of like warning barrel of warning. Trap barrel. It's trap house. Don't. I don't think we should be fucking with it.
So you notice once you get over here, you notice that there are more of this same kind of barrel on this side, and even from across the room, Erastus, you can see they have the same They have the same kind of runes on them.
Yeah, let's just stay away from the barrels. I feel like they hold explosions.
Do you think if we get too close to them that they might activate on their own, even if
Well-
we don't touch them?
Well, I'm standing about a foot away from it, and it hasn't exploded, so I mean,
Yeah.
get at least this close.
Yeah, Erastus is pretty confident that as long as you don't touch them, it won't trigger anything.
Okay, good to know.
There's probably just a lot of nothing in these barrels, and we all know how heavy nothing is.
Now, Erastus, something that catches your eyes, you do see that there's a barrel up here that looks like it's exploded or been damaged or something, but the ring on the inside has something similar. It's not exactly the same. It's been damaged. You don't know if maybe some of the runes have been melted through, but because it looks a little different. But there is a damaged barrel over here, and you can see the remains of like charred, smoldering things. But it looks like it was this happened a long time ago. Nothing recent.
Yeah, see, I feel like that is a omen of warnings forestalled. That
Yeah,
right there.
I think we should just continue away from these barrels then.
I mean, I can get Barry to slap the barrel once we're away if we want to test this theory.
It might draw too much attention. I say we just forego the barrels, like you said.
Yeah, what happened to that noise, by the way? Didn't we hear that?
The skittering?
Yeah.
Yep. You don't hear anything now. Everything's gone deadly quiet.
Ghost. Piss off, Ghost.
Okay,
When
so
we
are
heard
you?
the
Is
skittering-
everyone going forward?
Yeah. I mean, we can't go back. My 300-pound ass isn't going back up the cliff, so I guess we have to go forward.
All right, I'm just
I'll look
gonna.
up.
Yeah, vantage points. I'll go to the right and go up that ladder.
All right. Yep. So when you go right and you try to go up the ladder here, you notice that you can climb up this ladder, but it's only going to lead you to a cliff face up here. So Pirvin, this is what happens. You get up. Pirvin goes to investigate. He does get up to Tailspire. Hold on one second. Let's do this. All right. Let's try it this way. Here we go. All right, Pirvin. So you are able to get up to here. All right. So Pirvin, you climb up, and this is your vantage point now. So there's you still have a decent amount of clearance. There's still going to be like 10 feet or so above you, but you can actually use this as a travel point where you can like either get on the scaffolding here or get up into the upper portions of this. And this is what you see on your vantage point from where you are currently. You see the scaffolding. Now you see that bedroll. There's a bedroll that's over here, and then you can see the blue light hitting every now and then from this point. But you also see from this side too. Yeah,
About how much clearance do I have above me?
around 10 feet. There's still around 10 feet of clearance now. So it's actually 20 feet because it's 10 feet from the highest point. So from where you are currently, it's around 20 feet.
Okay. I'll just hang out here.
Okay. All right, guys. So Erastus, since you're the furthest one in, what you also notice is that down here, and you'll see when the stream catches up, you notice that the cave does get a bit damper. And this is just with your passive perception that you can see this.
Oh, cool. My passive perception of 8.
Yeah. Yep.
I am not a perceptive boy.
Yeah, this is pretty obvious. So like when you look at it too, you notice that for whatever reason, the cave was drier where you were here, which is closer to the water. But as you walk in, like you can see you can even see the precipitation like on the stones like right in front of you. But then as you notice, everything's gleaming back here. So it looks like the cave gets wetter and wetter as you go back.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah.
Feels good on my skin.
One of the other reasons why you notice this, by the way, is because you're a turtle, because this is just part of like your nature to like find areas like this. So I
It's-
imagine at least. All right.
Let's go, folks.
All right. So you want to continue to go forward?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yes.
All right. All right. How much further do you want to try to get into Erasmus?
What about there?
All right. So Erasmus climbs up the steps to go through here. And Erasmus, right on about that time, you feel something like wet, like drop down on your head. Go ahead and roll for initiative, everybody.
Okay.
That was quick.
I feel like it's a trapper. Oh, well, that's great. Where's my natural? Yeah, I used them. It's C in it, Kaylee.
Thank you.
Wait a second. I messed up.
Don't worry, guys. I'm still in my armor, and I have temporary healing or temporary HP.
What the hell did I do wrong this time?
All right.
Someone hit the barrel. Someone smacked that barrel.
Oh, agreed. I am resistant to fire damage, however, so
Yeah, are you resistant to
There's
You
my
resist-
nat 20.
you resistant to shrapnel damage?
Nice.
we'll find
I
out.
rolled a
who's-
B for a line.
Who? Okay, so it's Gretna. Okay. So Gretna got the highest. Who's next?
I got
Yeah, Macmorn and I got
Macmorn?
19s.
Awesome.
So Pirvin would go before Macborn because the
Yep.
dex.
Dex. Exactly.
Yeah, I rolled it. Just go ahead and put me at the end. I rolled a 5. Well, actually, Henri rolled lower than me. Never mind.
Yep.
I rolled a 5. She rolled a 4. You ever just have someone behind you in line tell you to get in line? Get in line. Ahead of me.
I feel like it's the thing Gage would definitely do just out of principle.
Henri is like aggressively Canadian. Get in front of me, I insist.
That's so strange.
I'm not your buddy, pal.
I'm not your buddy.
I'm not your friend, guy.
I love how
This is so weird. Well,
Oh no, a
Okay, there
spider
we
is
go.
dead.
Okay,
Oh
we
no.
we got you anyway. Okay.
Rip.
All right. So you said so Henri did get after you, right? So
Yeah.
Henri last. Okay. So is this right? Is it Gretna, Pirvin, Macmorn,
Theo.
Erasmus, and Seo?
Yeah.
That's-
Theo
I
rolled
knew
a
I missed
9.
somebody. Yep. I knew I missed
I'm
somebody.
right before. Yeah, I'm before Gage.
Cool deal.
I
There
was
we
just very.
She rolled a
transparent.
29.
go. Awesome.
I wish. It's really bad if I roll high in initiative. That's how I can gauge encounters.
Oh man, hold on. Don't ignore all this. All right.
Outstanding.
I'm just gonna make them all the same. So hold on, ignore that too. All right, let's see. All right. Wow. That is. What did you get, Seo?
I got a 9, so I'd be right before Erasmus.
Okay. All right. Cool. No, this is perfect then. Okay. Good deal. All right. Okay. So Gretna. So this is what ends up happening. So immediately you walk up, and the first spider you like falls directly on your head and scuttles off. But then these large, like awful wet. And by the way, that they don't look exactly like the model because they almost look crab-ish, even though they're spiders. They look a bit aquatic, but it's just terrifyingly awful. They make your skin crawl just looking at them. But they are black. They have some kind of chitinous armor. Like I said, they look a little crab-like, even though they're clearly insects. And they start to fall. 4 of them literally fall from the ceiling. They must have been very, very, very disguised up there, Pirvin, because you're shocked you didn't see these guys. They must have been like blended into the ceiling really, really well. Anyway, Gretna, you get to go first. You do see all these things like fall. 2 of them are right next to you, by the way.
Oh, next to me?
Yeah, I don't know if you can see the stream. It's gone up, but there's one literally left
Oh,
of
yeah,
you, and there's
I
another one
see
right.
it. Okay.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna do. Let's see. Do I just smack it with my hammer, or do I? No, I'm gonna do Toll of the Dead on it.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Wait, how come it didn't work?
It's a good question. I can't see it in Discord. What happened?
What was it?
Is it
Okay.
cast?
Yeah, attack.
Oh,
Oh, cast spell. That's right.
It's a cast. It's a cast. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Toll the Dead? Is it?
I think Toll works on that one, but I could
Yeah,
be-
Toll the Dead. You're right.
Try.
No, I can't. Let me try it again. I got it.
It's exclamation point cast power
Got it.
kill.
All right. So it has to do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, wisdom saving throw. Yep, which they're not very good at.
Hey.
Yeah, it fails. It fails.
Yeah, it gets 1 point of damage.
1
Yeah,
point. All right.
Yeah, one.
That's fine. So
I tried to cast power
this is a
kill.
spell where the bell like literally comes out of thin air and like hits against it and like does like necrotic damage, right? Is
Yep.
that all it did?
1 point of necrotic damage.
Okay. Yep. So you do that. Everyone can hear this, and you see that the thing like scutter a little bit. And it's now pissed. All right. All right.
Just whack it. You're right next to it.
Yeah. Do you want to do anything else, Gretna?
I want to spit on it.
Yeah.
Hack a loogie on it.
Okay. Yep. Pirvin. You're up next. You see this. You see Gretna go through and like try to attack this thing. There's one directly underneath you over here on this side. But there's also obviously the one next to Gretna as well.
Okay, does it know where I am?
You don't know. You're not sure. You don't know if you're hidden.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. In that case, I'll just drop down on it and attack it with my short
Sure.
sword. If that hits, I'll continue.
Sure, of course. Yep. Yep. So you drop down and you try to like skewer this thing. Go for it.
10.
10 does not actually hit it. So you go through and you just you glance. It's like a glancing blow. It doesn't get through its chitinous armor. Can you do anything else?
All right. I'd like
Yep.
to use. Yeah, I'll use my my dagger to attack.
Cool. Yep. Go for it.
It. 7. I'll take a cunning action to get next to Gretna.
Okay. Yep. Right next to her. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I'll just in between the barrel and her, so the spider can't get to her on her opposing side.
Oh, right here. Yep. You technically can. That's fine. Yep. All right. Cool. All right, Macmorn.
There is one back here near me, right?
No. So if you can see my screen, no. There's not any of them near you. There's one. There's 2 forward, and then of course, Erastus is gonna have to deal with 2 of them. So.
I can take
Yeah, I was about to say he's fine.
I'll move forward and engage the one on the right of Greta.
Okay.
I
Yep,
don't think
you can make it to it. You
has
can
it
make
been has it been enough time for him to be attuned to those gauntlets yet?
No. No.
Damn it.
No, you need to at least take a no. Yep. So Macmorn, do you want to go ahead and swipe at the one closest to you that you move towards?
Yes.
Okay.
I think my sheet has the gauntlet, so we'll have to.
Yeah, just unclick him.
Yep. Yeah, it hasn't been enough time.
That attack longsword.
Yep.
The check or a
No, when you attack, you just rolled a hit.
I think you could just do A or a
Yep.
title attack.
It is. It is a yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Exclamation A and then longsword, I believe.
Yeah, I just tested it with my light hammer.
Light +3 hammer.
Yeah, you should have a +5. I'm assuming. So yeah.
Well, yeah.
so yeah, it's +5, so it's 17.
Yep, that hits. You hit it.
Damage is 7.
All right. So you take a pretty healthy gash into this thing in its back. It's hurting pretty decently. It's I mean you rip open the back of it and you see that there's like this like black ooze as you do that starts bubbling out. And as it hits the rock, Macmorn, it smells acidic and almost a little maybe sulfury, but you do notice that it's very prevalent that it's sizzling the rock. So something on this thing, it's blood maybe or something is nasty.
Does it do
wanna do
anything
anything
to his sword?
No, not so far. No,
Okay.
so far nothing. I wish there were better rules for that, though. Trust me. God, I wish. But anyway, yep. All right. Anything else?
Well, I can bonus action shove, but that's not going to push it very far at the wall there, right?
Well, you can try to shove the thing that you just nicked into that's got black blood all over it, that's acidic and like hitting the thing. You can totally shove him if you want to.
I'm going to try to shove him over, so he'll
Shove him over.
fall.
Okay. All right. You can. I mean, he's not technically prone. You want to shove him in this direction? Like towards the rock? Which direction do you need to shove him in?
Yeah, away from me.
The party?
towards the
Okay,
rock,
sure.
Away from the party.
Okay. You can make an action to try. Actually, yeah. When you attack, you can make a shoving action, right?
That's the only time I can do it.
I believe that's right. Yeah. It's so weird. Like the D&D game has messed me up with that. But yeah. Okay. Go ahead and take your shove. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
no, reason,
Go ahead and take your shove.
no reason not to.
Only shove is not a.
It's just athletics check, I believe.
Yep.
Contested by their athletics or acrobatics, and seeing their spiders, I'm going to guess it's acrobatics.
Check versus my strength or my.
It's your athletics.
Yeah. Yeah. It's which is yeah.
Oh, wow.
21.
Yeah, you won. The spider rolled low anyway. However, because you are shoving a open wound, very bloody spider, you get all that black stuff all over you. You're able to shove him. He goes back here. He's knocked prone. But Macmorn, do me a huge favor. Roll. Do a Constitution saving throw first.
Oh god.
Shoved him with my shield.
Hmm?
They use the shield. Wouldn't the shield be between us?
Well, yeah. The only thing is that because he's like super like bloody, and technically when you're shoving, by the way, you're shoving with all of you. It's your shield and your other gauntlet, all of it. So yeah. That's why I said what I said before. I wanted you to make sure that he had that black stuff all over him when you interacted with him. Anytime you interact with these guys like that, you're gonna realize that this happens. But go for it.
Oh.
What was that?
Just do a con saving throw.
You can do a shield bash shove, but you need the shield master feat.
Yeah. Without it, you literally are shoving him with both hands. Everything.
I think I do have the shield master feat.
Do you have the shield master feat?
I think that's what I took as a human. Yeah, shield master.
Oh, if you do have the shield master feat and you're explicitly trying to use your shield, I'll allow that. That's fine. Yeah, that's totally fine.
It says if you take an action on your turn, you can use the bonus to shove the creature with your shield.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's totally fair then. I'll allow that. That's totally fine. So you shove him over, and for now you're undamaged. But I imagine what you'll do is yell to the group and just explain what you saw. Is that right, Macmorn? You're the only one that's seen this. No one else knows.
Yeah, I'll yell. Watch out! Their blood is acidic.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Oh, that's it. I'm done.
All right. Okay. First spider's up. Let's see. So the very first spider is going to try to take a bite out of you, Erasus. Now that's dropped on. Let's see. Oops.
Let's
Ignore
go, man, spider.
Yeah, ignore all that. Hold on. This is what it does.
Oh, that was an 8. I like that one.
It's a 20. 20. It's plus 6.
That ties. So
Yeah, so he hits you. All right, so he does. Let's see. So he cleaves into you, and he does 5 points of damage. He gets right in between where like your power armor is and your shell, like finds that like really like soft spot, and he is able to damage you. It stings. He actually bites you and stings you. It's pretty nasty for you.
15 for the con save that I know you're going to ask me for.
Okay, yeah, that's so you shrug it off, but you, I mean, you can tell that there's like venom in this thing. You don't have to take any damage because you won. It's not a half damage thing, but you know for sure you're just really tough. But
Well,
some shit was going down. So
my force field is gone.
Yep. Okay. All right. The next one over here, he tries to attack you as well. Let's see if he can. They still have to roll pretty high, so we'll see. Nope, he fails. I assume he fails. 17 does not hit, right?
No, 20.
Okay. Yep. So he goes to like chomp on you, but this time he bites into you and is like very, very disappointed that he can't get through to you. You can tell, by the way, as these things are biting in, that they're trying to like get their venom inside of you. It's like a thing where they're like latching on. All right, the next spider.
You suck it, prick.
Yeah, the next spider that was prone gets up and scurries. Yep, it scurries up here. And you guys actually lose that one. It like goes all the way up into the darkness. And let me just make sure you lose it. Hold on. No, actually, it makes too much noise, so it's now on the ceiling. The party's aware of where it's at. I'll show you if it's relevant, but it tried to hide. It can't. All right. So the next one, that's right next to you, Piravin, it goes to attack you. Let's see if it hits you. I think it's going to 17.
Yeah.
All right. So it does hit you. Let's see. It hits you for 7 points of damage, which is pretty nasty. It like goes like right through your armor to get to you. Go ahead and make a con save.
And
Somebody get the mayonnaise going. We're gonna have crap.
Okay. All right. So even though you don't like you don't take damage, you get the feeling that you're now like poisoned, essentially. Like you feel bad. I'll explain what that is when we need it. But for now, just know that you have a status alignment on you. You're just not sure what it is yet. But
thank you.
Yep. All right. Okay. All right. That was it for them. CO, you're up.
How far away is the spider that tried to hide and failed to hide?
He is. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's like a good 45 feet up in the air. So he's actually on the ceiling now. He's over. I don't know if you can see it on the thing, but he's like in this direction. If you have a range of 45, you can totally target the spider and try to.
I have a range of 120, so we're going to just do the good old Eldritch Blast on the spider that failed to hide.
Yep. Go for it.
So that's a non-natural 20.
Nice. Okay. So you definitely hit it. Let's see how much damage you do to see if you knock it down.
It was only 3 damage.
All right. So you definitely hit it. And this is the one that already had taken damage. So you hit it like right where the crack of its like armor was, and it just literally explodes like in a heap of like spider goo on the ceiling. You
Yeah.
killed that one. Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
the only other thing I would like to do is try and
Yep.
move more forward.
Absolutely.
How close to Piraven can I get? Because I definitely saw him
4,
get kind
5.
of close.
Oh yeah, you can get right up to him if you need to.
I'll stay 5 feet away from Piraven, but close enough to see if I can help if
Sure.
need be.
Sure. Yep, you can be right there.
Okay, and that'll be it
Okay.
for me.
All right, Erasmus.
Okay. As my gauntlets crackle with electricity, I clap them together and cast Thunderwave in a 15-foot cube around me.
Cool. Okay.
They both need to make Constitution saving throws.
Yep. I'm not very good at this, so let's see what happens.
DC 14.
Yeah, first one fails. Second one, so this one closest to you fails. The other one makes his con save. Go ahead and roll for damage on this one though.
Okay, so I roll damage and then it gets halved.
Yep.
And the one that failed gets knocked 10 feet away from me.
Awesome. Okay. Yep.
So 10 damage total, 5 halved.
Oh, nice. So you actually explode the spider next to you.
Boom! Just gets thrown back. Just its guts splatter the wall. In whatever direction it was flying backwards, it just gets splattered, like an urban paint project.
Yeah. So you splatter that one, and the other one looks like it's definitely hurt. Like you see that you've cracked it open. It's now bleeding everywhere. By the way. Yeah.
I got stuff I can do for a bonus action.
Yep.
Actions, bonus actions. So I'm gonna use my last charge of this. I'm gonna reactivate my force field.
Okay. Yep.
Gives me 3 temporary HP.
Cool. All right, Henri. So you're back here. Yep. So you have line of sight to the one right next to Erasmus, and you have line of sight to the one to Piraven. That one's like 30 feet. This one's more like 45, 50. Okay. Yep. The one that's hurting. Yep. That does hit. Yep. You hit it. Okay, awesome. So you obliterate this one in like a round of like just fire and like it so you get it into where its armor's already cracked. It does actually light up the acidic portion of its blood as well, which is nice. So now we're asked to stop, like step around it or whatever, and it just explodes into fire. There's only one up now, and that one's the one next to Piraven.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Do you want to do anything else, Andre? Okay, cool. All right, Gretna.
Okay, can I flank that? Can I flank with Piraven with that spider? Can I move over to?
Yeah, you can move through Piraven, of course.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that gives me advantage, correct?
There is an enemy adjacent, so yes, you would have advantage. You don't. There's no like flanking rules, but there is. You do get advantage with adjacent enemy, I believe. Right? I'm not cheating that, right? That is right, isn't it?
There's an optional mechanic for it.
Oh yeah. You know what? I don't.
Oh yes. Well, here's my first attack anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, why isn't it?
Yeah, it's not the 40 thing. You know what? I'm thinking of the sneak attack. There is no flank. Yeah, we're not doing the
Okay.
option. Sorry.
That's
Yep.
okay. It's 21 to hit
That hits. Yeah.
and
that
5
hits.
bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. All right. So this happens too. So you notice when you crack into this thing, you've now cracked open its like chitinous armor. The blood, the very common thing starts to roll out. It's like looking up at you, very very unhappy. You can tell this thing is very close to death. So.
I smile at Piraven and I say, "Whack a crab."
Yep.
How you feeling, Pierre? Yeah.
I don't know, just really weird.
Yep.
Gosh. Okay, healing word on Purvin.
Yep.
Just for starters.
Yeah, does healing word does not remove status effects, right?
No,
Does
no,
not.
no, no. Lesser restoration comes later.
Yeah,
but at
that's
least
what I
he's
thought.
got-
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure.
He gets the good stuff later.
Yeah. All right, Pirvin, you're up. The spider that bit you is right in front of you.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I was gonna bonus action. I can bonus action after
yeah.
an attack, right? Yeah.
Well,
You
bonus
can.
action was your healing word. I thought.
Yeah. So let me.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, do your healing word while we have Pirvin up. Yep.
Mhm. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, you can
Oh.
tell that Pirvin's definitely taken a decent amount of damage. Its fangs sunk right into Pirvin's like neck. He's not looking great. Yeah.
What happened? Oh, I can't cast the spell because I do have enough spell slots left.
You may not actually.
You might not have updated it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, because I really didn't use anything last time. Okay, fine.
Oh, if that's the case, maybe you just didn't update it from your thing. I'll let you have it.
Yeah, I'm bad about that.
I don't remember you using much either. So, I mean, we did have the mimic fight. I just don't remember actually. So.
Yeah, we killed that thing pretty quick.
Yeah.
All right. So how do I?
I think to do, you can just do a short. You can do a short rest, or it depends on what you didn't update. So.
Great.
Anyway, we'll just do it for now to keep the combat moving. What is your healing word? 1d4.
Yeah, 1d4 plus 3.
All right, I'll do it for you. Hold on. All right, so your healing word is 5. You get 5 points back. All right, Pirvin. So you get 5 points back, and it's your turn.
Well, you're a life cleric, right, Gretna?
Yes.
So is it plus 3 lies in? That's your wisdom mod?
Oh, you're right. It's
'Cause it's
24 to hit.
It's also
plus,
2
it's plus 6.
It's plus 6. Okay. Okay. So you actually
Thank you.
get
No problem.
8 points back. So you're actually plus 1 from the spider damage. So. Yep. All right, Pirvin, you're up.
Yeah, 24 to hit.
That hits. That hits.
Okay, 5 piercing.
Yeah, you skewer it and it dies in front of you. It dies right on your blade.
Okay.
Yep. All right. That is it. They are all dead. All right. So I imagine what everyone does is starts to look up to make sure there are no more spiders.
I'm gonna let them do that. I'm taking out 2 more of my vials, and I'm collecting some of this black blood off the splattered wall.
Of course, you definitely can. Yeah. It's only going to take you 5 or 10 minutes to be careful and take your time, but it is going to take a little bit of time to do that. Just to be careful.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the spot. Just perception check up onto the roof.
Same.
Yep. Yeah, go for it.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Can we all just make perception checks?
Of course. Yeah, everybody can make perception checks in this. Yep.
Oh my.
Yeah, we're really not doing too hot.
Glance up there, but I'm gonna
Well,
roll.
I mean,
I'm
it's
gonna
a
make
super
myself.
hectic thing. Yeah,
I'm
go
making
for it.
myself roll with disadvantage because I'm not really paying attention.
Yeah. That's probably good.
Dang, Macmorn can see God himself.
Okay, I rolled it even with disadvantage. I rolled a 16.
All right. So, as who got the highest roll, by the way?
Mac.
Warner.
So
21.
So Macmorn, you notice that up on the right hand side, all the way up here, all the way going through once the stream catches up, and let me send it over. The only thing you do notice is there is a sack of eggs where there must be young like spiderlings up in this side. So you'll see my light like circling up here when the stream catches up. That's where the egg sacs are, but other than that, there are no spiders. So they were probably protecting their young, you think, Macmorn? You actually cannot see this, Erastus, but you do look around and there are no spiders up in the ceiling. And you're pretty confident that you got it.
Yeah, for a cursory glance. Is there a way I could kind of look at their physiology and use like a nature check to identify what kind of spider this was?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go for it.
Oh, there. Yeah, a 5. It definitely had 8 legs, guys.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing. It's some kind of like it's some kind of large spider. It's something you've never ever like seen or heard of before. You start like walking through things that you might have encountered. This is not one of them. So it's just very like foreign.
Would I know if these spiders have like a designated queen, like matriarch egg layer kind of situation?
Not necessarily. Yeah, you would. I mean, you can make a guess on that, but the only thing that you notice is that spiders in general, like if I mean, if there's anything that you can justify in your backstory about how you were looking at cave spiders and stuff,
No, nope, never did
yeah,
that.
not really. I mean, then no, you wouldn't know for sure. It's just whatever you guess right now. Then
Tio will step to the side, or she'll actually step closer to one of the spiders that didn't get splattered
Yep.
all across the wall.
Yeah.
And she's just going to glance through the Demonomicon, not really anticipating on finding anything, but at the same time, gonna make an effort.
Sure, of course. Yes, you open the book to try to see if you can find cursory glance, try to look for anything that's that like might make these demons or whatever. You totally can do this. Is that what you're trying to do? Is try to find the spiders in there?
I'm sorry, it just cut out. So if you asked me a question, I don't know what it was.
No, what I was saying is the goal of this to go through and see if you find any kind of knowledge lore about like demon spiders that look similar to these? Is that kind of the idea? Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so see, it's going to take you a little while to get through this book, but you can start flipping through and going through that. Yeah. While CO does that, in Erastus, it's going to Erastus needs some time anyway because he needs to be very careful about getting that blood in his vial. While they're doing that, does anybody else want to do anything?
Pervin, come
Somebody
here.
want
Let me
to
see.
somebody
Yeah.
want to send
Stumble
something
over.
up to look at the spider nest, see if there's some loot up there.
It's hard to reach. So, Macmorn, the one thing that you can tell is that it's going to be a huge pain in the ass to get up there. Not to mention that it's
Bat.
yeah. I'll show you where it's at in a second. It's all the way up in this corner here where my light is. You'll see it catch up. So in a second, in like 5 seconds, you're going to see the light, and I'm like moving it around. It's in that tiny corner. That's where all the eggs are. It's going to be hard to get there, but yeah, anything's possible, but it's going to be very hard to get up there.
Theo will absentmindedly mention to Macmorn that if he wants, when she's done with leaping through the book, she'd be happy to use an Eldritch Blast, see if she could maybe blow it up, but
Yep.
Otherwise, she doesn't know if Henri could get Wraith to cast a spell on it or something.
So,
And then she'll just go through her book.
So Macmorn, you can tell her that. I mean, you saw that there's a large like maybe 10-foot radius of spider eggs. So if you did Eldritch Blast into that and there was anything inside the eggs, maybe that would knock it down. But you're also going to release thousands and thousands and thousands of baby spiders if they're in their gestation period. I mean, you would know this by looking at it. So
Thousands.
yeah, it would be thousands for sure. So, but yeah. But they'd be tiny, and that's only if they're in that gestation period. Macmorn has no idea, but for all you know, that they're not even old enough to do anything. It just depends. So,
is there like an obvious area where they would fall if this egg sac got broke?
So here's the thing. It's random on where they would fall because there's a ton of crevices. It's possible that it would fall all the way down to where you guys are. It's possible to hit the railing. It's possible to hit like the sides of the thing. So it's not perfect. Like even hitting this thing, it's just going to be. It's basically what you're doing is you're going into a tiny crevice with a blast, and you're hoping that blast is enough to ricochet whatever out to you if there's anything in there at all. And then it's just going to be random on where it falls. So. But if it did fall straight down, it would just hit the scaffolding and hit this area over here. So
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I've watched that one episode of The Mandalorian where there are spiders involved, so Sio's going to retract her offer after she looks more closely.
I got a jar of oil and the ability to make a flame, so we could just burn them.
We could
Yep.
leave them and burn
Yep.
them if they show signs of hatching. Maybe.
I'm not a
So
fan of
Scott-
not a fan of exposing my back to this.
I'm not a
Make sure
fan
we
of
don't
that.
come back this way. That's all.
Do we even know if there's another way out?
Not yet.
Yeah,
But
No.
there
we were
better
told
be
there was
because
another way out.
there better be because I'm not getting back up that cliff.
Pierre, how you feeling?
I don't necessarily know. I just
All right, so Pyramid, at this point, you are definitely poisoned. So you're just taking the poisoned effect. It's nothing special, but you are poisoned. Here, I'll read it to you. Hold on. So what that means is that you have disadvantage on all your attack rolls and ability checks. A poisoned creature's only movement is to crawl. So just understand that. So in this case, this is like a heavy induced poison. It like drops you to your knees. You have half movement. Technically, you're crawling, but not really. So the only additional effect, like normal poison, is you just have disadvantage on your attack rolls and ability checks. But it starts to like literally sap your strength, so it brings you to your knees. But other than that, it's
You ain't looking too good. I'm gonna do something for you if I can. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I cast lesser restoration on him.
yeah, it works. You're able to get this off him.
Feeling
wow,
better?
I really felt like I was about to die there.
You should tell me if you feel that way. Okay. Next time.
I'll let you know. I appreciate that. Thank
Good.
you.
Good.
All right.
Those things were pushovers.
Yep.
Is this a
All
dead
right.
end? Where do we go?
You know, guys, for such a legendary and perilous cave, we've kind of bitch slapped everything that we've come against.
Now you said it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we shouldn't get too overconfident.
You guys do hear an echo somewhere in the back of the cave. It looks like it's coming in this direction here. And it echoes through the entire cave area, and it says, and basically it's a voice, familiar voice that says, "Well, whatever, because I'm gonna drop on your head."
Oh no.
I just look,
Oh,
I just
no.
look at Theo and I just go, "Well, I am a man of my word."
Sio will frantically shake her head no and make her way towards Erastus. Please, Erastus, don't do this.
I'm gonna go up to Erastus and egg him on by saying, "It's nothing. We got this. Real quick."
Yeah, it's like from the cartoons, like the angel and the devil on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Anu's gonna turn
Pure-
to Theo and be like, "Don't do what? What's happening?"
Piravin's just Palpatine. Do it.
We ran into Spurt before we progressed into the cave, and Erastus very firmly told him to not follow us or grave consequences would arise, and I don't want to see what grave consequences look like, so I'm trying to look out for Spurt's best interests, even though he doesn't seem to care.
Well, Oasis wouldn't like hurt Spurt, right? I mean,
Oh yeah, he would.
no, he's just
No.
trapped here. That's why he's acting like this. Who knows how long he's been stuck here for? Why would you hurt him for that?
Oh, because if it comes down to me or him, I choose me every day of the week, twice on Sunday.
But he hasn't.
Especially on Tuesdays.
He says
You
he'll
know,
jump
really
on
any
your
day.
head, but he's just a halfling. He hasn't even actually done anything.
Well,
He's
let's
all
hope-
talk.
Well, let's hope he doesn't do anything, because I gave him the pretty clear and concise terms of what would happen if he tried. And I'm going to say that pretty loudly as a
Yeah.
reminder.
Yep.
Because
No-
I'm pretty
no
sure
response,
that I'm
yeah.
pretty sure there's a sea over there that would solve all of our problems if I chucked his halfling ass into it.
Yep.
Sio's not going to say anything, but she's just going to look incredibly disappointed.
You
All right.
can't please them all the time, bud.
Yep. So Erasmus, you notice that there's a pretty clear path to that blue light, but um, you can also probably start making your way over because you notice that there's also another like to the right. There's some kind of like entrance that goes elsewhere.
I'll just gesture to the path. Shall we? Do we need to continue this ethical debate, or can we keep going?
We have plenty of time for ethical debates, as long
Yeah.
as you're not charging right after him.
Oh, I mean, that wasn't my intention.
It's what you made it sound like.
No, it's if X happens, Y is the consequence. That's let people know where they stand.
I can accept that.
And
Okay.
more forgiving with him than people have been with me. So I get to sleep, like a baby tonight on my moral high ground.
Yep. So Erasmus, as you start looking and going through this too, you do notice that there's these two piles of ore. There's this black, like very shiny, metallic, almost glassy material that's next to you as well.
Hey, Gretna, happy birthday.
Huh. Okay. Let's see what we got here.
Yep.
Let's do a.
Spider poop.
Yeah. All right, so Greta walks up to go through and take a look. All right,
I can assist her in with that. I have proficiency in
Oh,
smith
good, because
tools
yeah,
as
I
well.
definitely need that.
Yep, yeah, go for it. Do you want to do an investigation check? Is that what you're
Doesn't
trying?
someone have guidance here? Was it Gretna or Cio?
Io will look up from her book and cast guidance on Gretna.
All right.
Yep.
So that's okay. It's an 18 plus a what?
D4.
D4?
Yeah.
A D4. I
Yeah,
can roll that if you
pretty good.
want.
Yeah. Thanks.
That is pretty good. Yep.
1d4 plus 2. It's half 20.
Okay, this is a metallic element that does not exist in Faerun, so you're naturally very interested in it. It has the qualities of obsidian, but it is very, very clearly not volcanic glass. Even though it has the qualities of obsidian, you notice that it's got a very heavy, dense, seemingly like metallic core, but on the very outsides of this metal, there is like a very, very tiny, almost glassy, sheeny veneer. You've never seen anything like it. You know for sure there's nothing like it in Faerun.
Could I examine it from a smithing perspective? I'd like to
Sure.
determine its
Yeah, if you can,
feasibility for crafting, like
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
carbon content, malleability.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go
Are
for
we
it.
looking at?
All this.
No,
we
no.
looking
Here's the thing. You can do a normal investigation check, but that'll only get you the first part. You need to heat it up, all that stuff. So there is no forge here, but you can do as best as you can to like go through that, especially hitting it and seeing how hard it is. But
I'm not gonna. I'm just trying to see potential, not
Yeah, of
actually
course.
do something.
of course, go for it. Yeah, go for it. And
Can-
CO, yeah,
Can
go
I
ahead.
get a assist, Gretna?
Yeah. Sure.
I will
Oh, this-
also,
Yeah, I'll let you.
Oh,
I'll definitely let
nice.
Gretchen. Yeah, I'll let Gretchen assist you for sure.
I will
So-
also cast guidance if it's not too late.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 19.
Okay, and you can tell by the way that somebody was already mining this because I forgot to mention that there's actually a pickaxe in one of them, which you can of course see if you can get out. But and what was the number?
19.
19. Okay, so this definitely is like you could definitely make this into something. Now here's the interesting properties of it. That glassy sheen doesn't break and doesn't seem to be fragile, but what's strange is that it's super, super sharp. So dealing with this stuff is going to be a bit of a pain in the ass, and you don't know what the melting temperature is, but it is definitely something that you think that if you had a hot enough flame, you could definitely make this malleable. But you're gonna have to have a really, really, really hot flame.
Oh, guys,
So-
I gesture
Yep.
to my entirely metal encased body.
Yeah.
Do you want? Should I or should?
Now, here's the thing: you pick it, you pick through it. You actually are able to even get like a tiny like chip off of it, and then you start like looking at its weight and going through it. It's insanely heavy.
So it's dense, but I need mass if I'm gonna form a blade. Unfortunately,
Yeah, and it's heavy, and it's super heavy.
Beautiful.
like
It is very
what,
nice, Creighton.
like
Yeah.
tungsten heavy, like real world Earth.
Yeah,
like
we're
real world-
we're talking almost unnaturally heavy though. Like even heavier than that to a degree. Even the
Like-
chip. The reason why you were able to do this is you were able to get a very fragile small piece off anyway. The chip, and even the chip is heavier than it should be. So it's and like you try Erastus, you actually try to like even go to these mounts because one of them looks like it might even be disconnected from the earth. And it's been mined out. The one that's over here for sure has already been mined a bit. So this ore has been taken out. And there's no way you're able to move it. It's just massively heavy.
How much would you say?
Would you-
Six grams of this is. How much would that weigh? Like 6
Oh.
ounces.
6 ounces. 6 ounces is still going to weigh. So 6 ounces is still going to weigh a couple pounds.
Oh,
So-
then I'm taking I want to get a solid like fist sized chunk of it. Then
Well, to do that, so here's the problem. To do that, you start realizing that even the only thing that like your weapons or whatever completely ineffective against this. The only thing that you see inside of this thing is that pickaxe. But right now, it's not a real like feasible thing to just take a chunk of it. It's very
Let's try and
very
go with the pickaxe.
yeah. So Gretna, do a strength check to just pull it out.
I'll help you. I'll get the other
Yeah.
side, and we're gonna try and Thor's hammer this bitch.
Mhm. Let me try that again because it's advantage.
You can like hear the servos of my armor
No,
like
no, 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 no.
pulling.
The 14. And I only get to cast spells. Damn it.
Okay, 14. No, 14 is just enough. So there's something going on with the pickaxe because the pickaxe vibrates. The side of it vibrates like really really finely when you touch it, and you're just able to get it out. Erastus, you realize immediately that you're going to have to use the pickaxe to do this. Your weapons, everything you have, your tools, it's not good enough. Like it's there's something going on with the pickaxe specifically to take this stuff out.
Hey, Macmort. Time to put those
Yes.
time to put those muscles to use. Here, I just hand him the pickaxe. I'm like,
Yeah. Yep.
work through some aggression.
Yep. So just give me a one strength check for the whole thing, so we can find out how long it's going to take you. You're going to be able to do it. It just depends on how long, and then also how much are you looking for, Erastus? When you tell him to like start cutting this up, how much do you want?
Well,
Erastus,
so
I want
just-
just a little bit of this stuff,
Just
okay?
think about this. 6 ounces is like 20 pounds. It's heavy. It's so I mean like 20 pounds. If you imagine 6 ounces, 20 pounds, that's super naturally heavy. So just
Yeah.
keep that in mind too. Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
I need
12.
I need about at least 8 ounces of it, so that's enough to
Yep.
forge an ingot.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna cut it with
Yeah.
steel.
Okay, so 8 ounces. That's fine. So it's only going to be like 35 pounds or so. So that's fine.
Fine. No, I just want a little bit. Just this, okay?
And you can. And so
The
Mac,
dwarf in me is like rock, pretty
Yeah.
rock.
Here,
Yeah.
here, I'll give you the 1 ounce thing. The thing I found.
Oh,
yeah, it was next to the pickaxe. Yeah. Yeah. So you have that, Greta. So it's still like you pick it up and you're like, wow, that's way
Who-
heavier than I expected.
Who wants the bitchin' blade I'm gonna make out of this?
All right, so go ahead and give us your strength check, Macmorn. Just do a strength check.
12.
12. All right, so Macmorn, it's going to take you, even with this magical pickaxe, it's going to take you like 25 minutes to get a good 8 ounces out of it. It's so hard and tough.
How about we'll do 5-minute shifts where you do 5 minutes and then I'll do 5 minutes and then
Yeah.
so
I'll
that
do
you
5
don't wear
minutes, I'm
yeah
fine.
we
All right,
so
so
we don't
there's-
wear ourselves out.
So CO, yep, that's good because that's the thing that I was about to mention is that depending on how long you go at this, you might get a point of exhaustion.
I
just
rolled a
keep that-
19.
Okay, so you're fine. You guys can totally do that. You can take shifts, and start working at it. So as they're doing that, CO, you actually do not find anything that like points to these
Be right back.
demons, but it also doesn't categorize every single demon within the abyss. It's just right now you're just finding like important ones or generals or other things. However, as you're looking through the book, and using it more, you start to hear a woman's voice whisper in your head, and all you hear through like 8 or 9 languages of things you don't understand, finally in common, she just stops whispering and she says, "Oh, I like you," and that's all you hear. And you get this like basically like magical like thing goes over your body, and you inherently now know that you're attuned to the book. However, immediately when that happens, your blade literally shunts out of your like possession. It actually like lands over by the barrel, and turns into a rusted sword. It looks like the blades. So Sio, since you're already like heavy in magic, the blade does not. It doesn't like the fact that the book is attuned to you, and it's no longer like like tied to you. So now there's this blade that's so the sword of answering is just a rusted sword form on the ground. Now I'm going to give you the stats for on D&D Beyond because now you're attuned to this and it is a magic item. So I'll give it to you. You don't get it's customized. You don't get all of it in the beginning. You'll see, but on top of that, it's alive. So, but it's a pretty cool item. So I'll give you the important things in a second. But anyway, you are attuned to the book now.
Was an accident. I will go to pick up the sword and just return it to its sheath, which I think I left on my side. I don't remember ever taking it off once it just automatically.
That is definitely right. So as you touch the sword, though, the sword sends an electrical pulse through you, and let's just make sure. Go ahead and do a dex save for me.
God.
Just a dex save. You're probably going to fail it, but we'll see.
My probs. Dex.
Oh.
No, that's great.
That's okay. Yeah, so it does very mildly electrocute you. You've never been shocked this bad, but it only has 2 points of damage. But it does course through your whole body. It's like electricity going through it. Clearly, it doesn't want you to touch it anymore. Someone else is going to have to pick it up.
I just if it's my shift, I drop the pickaxe and I'm just gonna like for the first time, Rastus is sprinting. 300-pound turtle wrapped in iron. Kind of a freight train.
Marvin shakes a little.
Yep.
Yeah, I am the Juggernaut, and I'm just gonna run to her side and like kick the sword away.
Okay. Yeah. So Erastus, you do kick it. You kick it a good like 20 feet. It's like spiraling over here now. So the sword's back over here. Yep.
Did I'm like just like looking at the burn marks on her hands.
Keep my eyes open for the halfling.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'll use Mage Hand to grab the sword, and it's gonna hold it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can.
And it's just gonna drag it back.
Okay. Yeah.
What is that thing?
I still don't know. I tried picking it up. It blew itself out of the sheath. I was going to put it back so we don't just leave it behind because it seems important, but I don't think it likes the fact that the book is trying to attune itself to me. So I think it gave me that static shock as a signal that it doesn't want me involved in its presence anymore.
I just flex my hands as the electricity runs through my gauntlets. Maybe I can give it a shot. I don't know.
Well, that's kind of racist, and I appreciate your help and concern, but I don't want you to run the risk of possibly getting cursed by this item we don't even know.
One of the things that you do get from the book inherently, and you know this, and by the way, it's on the very first pages. These are like scrolls that you just now can cast. It's not guaranteed because you don't know how many charges you get with these spells, but at the very least once a day on the cover of the book, and you just know this, it's almost like someone's talking to you, but you're going to be able to cast now Magic Circle, which is a 3rd level spell, and you're also going to be able to cast Magic Jar, which is a 6th level spell. Those are 2 like spells on the front of this book now that you just have. which is pretty incredible. But especially for your level. But that's just something you have. That's the only benefit you're getting from the book at this moment. But
Nothing ventured, and I reach out and grab the hilt of the sword.
Yep. Cool.
Well,
you grab the hilt of the sword, you said?
yeah.
Okay. All right. So so do me a huge favor. Go ahead and it is going to cut you. But you do have to make your con. So go ahead and make a con save.
18.
All right. Yeah. So basically the sword goes to like draw more blood out of you and it can't.
Metal, bitch.
And it looks at you, and meaning that you just know that instinctively. Obviously, there's no eye or anything, but you know the sword is watching you, and you know that it's curious, and it reaches your mind and says, "What kind of weapon would you use?"
Co, as soon as he picks it up, is going to yell probably louder than she should.
Yep.
Don't answer it.
Question. Wait, what? Wait, did you hear it too? Did everyone hear that?
No,
No one else could hear it. Yeah.
Erastus, that's... I can only imagine it's trying to do the same thing that it did to me to you. It's going to try and talk to you. It's going to try and entice you. We don't know what sort of thing this is. We know it's an artifact, but we don't know its alignment. It could be incredibly evil. It could draw you into its plans. Just please don't answer it. I don't want anything to happen to you. Just please put it back in the sheath and ignore it.
It seems really strong. And
We don't know that, Erastus, and at what cost?
well, are you okay? True. All right. Sir, what are you?
And it answers and it says, "I am one of the fabled swords of answering, legendary items from Greyhawk. I am going to make you a true hero."
Huh. What if I don't want to be a hero? What if I just want to live?
Yeah. The sword actually says nothing at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it says nothing at this point. You can tell it's not impressed with that answer, intrinsically, because it does like now share some of its emotions with you, even though you can't like see a face or anything. It's transparent in that way. It's magic. This is all done through magic, and you can tell that it's not very impressed with your answer there. But
Well, if I had to say something, I suppose, a scimitar would be pretty cool.
well, the sword. Only you can see this, Erastus. But the sword gives you a flashback of another one of its wielders, and you see that you're on a large battlefield with a bunch of smoke. There's, for whatever reason, a bunch of smoke in the sky, but there's no smoke on the ground. So there's like a dense black smoke that's basically blotting out the sun and making everything unnaturally dark. And you can see it. You can see it because the warrior that's holding the sword is looking up at the sword as it's charging down, and the warrior is literally charging. There's only 3 other people with him, and they are charging into a sea of thousands of black orcs, and he is literally cutting through them like butter. He's massacring these orcs, and you see him kill maybe 100 before the vision goes away, and it says that's the kind of hero that wields me.
Oh, that seems bitchin'. Yeah. 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 Let's do that. I want one of those. That one. Give me that.
Erastus.
All right. Okay, so Erastus, so the sword does intrinsically tell you that, like, you get this idea that what you need to do is when you take a long rest, you need to really study the sword, study every little thing about it, and go through. But it's going to take a good 8 hours. Once that happens, you'll then be able to be attuned to it, and then we'll see. But yeah, yep. So Henri, so you walk up to the sword and everything. It's rusted right now. Make a perception check.
Sorry, it's still like a rusty butter knife. Nothing happened.
Yeah. Okay. The only thing that you notice so far is that if there is, just because you have your previous experience, it's so rusted that you can't like make anything out. So you actually do not, you cannot see any very specific runes. However, it is so rusted, chipped, and broken that it's very possible you just can't see anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a rusted, broken sword, Erastus, to be very
Yeah,
clear.
I mean-
it doesn't look like it's very impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, but magic items are kind of my specialty.
Yep.
Arms, and especially magic arms and armor.
Process, but you don't know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
It might do something crazy.
Look.
Like absolutely absurd, like merge to your soul
Look.
or something.
Look, Co, we didn't know what we were getting into coming here, and at every opportunity I tried not to do it, but everyone else wanted to go along with it. Now that we're here, we need everything that we can do, every advantage to get out of this place.
What if it's only an advantage here, and then as soon as we're out of this place, it immediately turns on you?
Then I
What-
chuck it. Then I chuck it in a pond. You think I can't beat a sword? I just exploded a spider on a wall.
Crassus, you don't know what it's capable of.
Yeah, well, I'm looking to find out. So, and I just flip it around and then put it in, and then put it in its sheath, and
Okay.
then just take it and
Yep. Sure. Yep. So Gretna,
you worry too much.
well, so you did stop like going through the sword. So Macmorn, you've been doing it for a while. You can tell Macmorn's exhausted. He needs you to go back.
Hard
and your shift.
stop.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. I got it.
Yeah.
I did a 12 also before.
Okay.
Slave
Okay,
woman.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
I'm
Macmorn,
in a coal
yeah.
mine.
So you'll be able to do this probably in like 5 more minutes or so. You need to just basically be very careful to get the exact size that you want. But after 5 minutes, so you can take a good 8-ounce chunk of this rock.
Right.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
gonna take a little bit of the rock, and I kind of like this pickaxe. Anybody want it?
It's all you.
Huh.
Yeah, I'll get-
it's a dwarf instrument for sure.
All right. So it is it is some kind of like it does have some kind of magic. You already know that, Gretna. I'll get for now. Just put in pickaxe in your inventory. You know that it's magic, but until you identify it, we won't go through it.
Okay.
You just know that it's good at mining stuff, presumably. Okay.
I'm a dwarf. I know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, thanks for the help.
Oh, I want a little piece, and I'm gonna chunk off a little piece, and I'm gonna give it to Henri.
Well,
Hey, do you want some?
if you guys
I know,
if-
right? It's so pretty.
if you guys if you give me those pieces, I can probably make you like a necklace out of it. I've got a jeweler's kit
Hmm.
and smith's tools.
Yeah, you could take whatever wire that it comes with. I think it's I forget, but you'd have to take the existing wire, obviously, that's coming with your tools. But yeah, you could do that.
Yeah,
Unless they're going to give up some jewelry. Yeah.
I'll take the pieces and just do like a very hasty wire wrap as we're walking. Like I'll just kind of be in the back, like absentmindedly fiddling,
Yeah.
and then probably won't take me but 5 minutes. And I each give them the sliver of obsidian
I got
tied in.
matching necklaces.
Yeah, tied in a pendant.
We're part of the team now.
Did we lose Twitch?
Yep.
We lost.
So,
it.
but still hear me? Yeah. It's I don't know why that happens. I don't
Hey,
know why that happens, but
by the way,
I hear you.
Pyravin, I'm taking your returning dagger back. and it just
okay.
fades. It just fades to being a regular dagger again.
All right. So, right. So, Gretna, you see this too. There's one of those barrels that you saw from previously. There's a direction off to the right where you can see water, and then to the left is all that other stuff, which you'll see on the stream in a second.
Gretna,
Yeah.
I cast an infusion on your necklace now, so it is now a magic necklace. It is a +1 arcane focus.
Oh.
Cool.
Oh. That's +1 to cast spells and saving throws.
So it would be while holding this item, a creature gains +1 bonus to spell attack rolls. In addition, the creature ignores half cover when making a spell attack. They're
They
from
don't-
different items.
I don't think they stack though, do they?
If you had a
Mhm.
+1 shield and a ring of protection, those two things would stack.
Yeah, I guess they do. I'll double check that, but I guess
Yeah,
you're
but
right.
No, but the book is a +1 to cast spells.
This is a +1 on only spell attacks, so it's not a +1 to damage.
Oh, right. Yeah, that should stack then. I think you're right. I'll double check that, but I think you're right. I think it does stack.
No, I'm sorry. It's grants +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. No,
yeah,
nope.
I thought the +1s don't stack like that because, for instance, if you get like 7 rings of protection, they don't stack either. But
Well, you could only attune to 3.
right, exactly. That's a good point. But even if you had 2 rings of protection, I don't think they stack. But hold on, I'll look into it. It's fine. I'll look into it.
So yeah, arcane focus is only spell attack rolls. It does not affect your damage.
Yep. Okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yep. Yep, that does make sense then. Yep.
So your guiding
So
bolt
they
should
do
be
stack.
hitting home.
Yeah, they stack then.
Yeah, so +2
Oh,
total.
okay.
Nice.
So wait, so I have a +2. Okay,
Yeah.
this is geez. +1 to spell attacks and damage rolls. That's it, and cover is ignored.
And so yeah, if you just search enhanced arcane focus, it should give you.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I feel like if anyone is gonna live, it needs to be you.
All right. So,
So we're gonna go check out that light.
yep, what do you guys want to do? Okay. All right. So, tell me a little bit about how you want to get there and everything and what you want to do when you're there.
Sia will just follow. She'll probably be right behind Erastus and follow him, but she's going to be looking out for Spurt because she knows
Yep.
he was like sort of kind of in this area last they heard him.
Right. Right. Yep. Yep. So Sia, if you go to this area, you can tell that there's from being a spellcaster yourself, you can tell that there's definitely something going on with very high density like magic. So this thing must be a pretty powerful magic item, whatever it's doing or whatever it has going on, because you can feel magic throughout the weave, like just getting close to it. You can make an Arcana check if you want.
That's a pretty bitchin' item.
Yeah.
Sure. Bitchin's not the word I thought about using, but similar effect. Wait. Let me start casting guidance on myself before I roll. Yeah, it's only an 8.
Okay. No, you just I mean it's powerful magic, but you have no idea how this thing works.
Gotcha.
Yep.
If once Henri approaches, if she decides to, Sia will wait to ask her if she's familiar with it.
If
Okay,
I
Honor.
can what?
If Henri ends up approaching the
Mhm.
blue light, Sia's going to ask her if this is something familiar to her during her own times in the Tomb of Horrors.
Yeah, I'll go up there too.
No,
Okay, yep.
I've never come across anything like this. I am actually gonna have Wraith land on the desk, though.
Okay.
I'm
All
gonna
right, so-
see if it activates
so-
anything.
Of course, yeah. So as soon as Wraith does try to land on the desk, the blue, like energy envelops Wraith, and he's gone.
Yeah, I figured. Looks like the desk is trapped.
Trapped?
Yeah, I mean, it would have just now. I would have had Wraith go over, so everybody else would have also seen Wraith land and be enveloped in blue.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
I'd explain.
Yep.
Like he's gone now. Wraith is gone.
Oh no.
I mean, I can get him back. He's not gone forever, but whatever that is did take him out.
Gotcha.
So you can do an Arcana check if you want, Henri.
I'll help you. This seems mechanical, kind of.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's so there's definitely some kind of teleportation magic going on with this thing, Henri, but there's also a hidden function of it that you can't really make out, because you can tell by the design and by the way that this thing is built that it's definitely doing more than teleporting, and it's drawing energy from deep within the earth, because you can see where there's basically these small little like fissures underneath the magic item that basically are drawing up from the ground. So there's more to this thing than just that, but it's not something you're familiar with. And again, this looks like this is such a foreign device to you. Like, you've never seen anything like it. You're not sure if this is necessarily something that's, around in your area. But teleportation magic is definitely rife with this thing.
Is there a hum to it?
There's a hum.
Oh, wait.
There's a small-
Does that mean Wraith is like? Can I still feel if he's like just in a different area?
So that's the interesting thing, right? So now that you know that there's teleportation magic assigned to it, you cannot see or hear through Wraith. So you don't know. It's strange. It's possible Wraith was teleported, but for whatever reason, you cannot see where Wraith is or feel where Wraith is, even if he was teleported. So you just don't know.
I'm going to attempt to desummon and resummon him. Not not
right,
ritual.
right.
I'm just like trying to see if he's still existing. So I'm just gonna try and get.
Yeah,
him back.
he does. You get him back. He exists still.
So I'll turn and I'll say, "Oh, I was wrong. Apparently, he just got teleported. I thought he got like killed."
Yep.
An idea. Well, maybe not. I'm gonna reach into my bag and get one of my wind-up mice, my clockwork wind-up
Yeah.
mice.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna set it on the ground,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna wind it up, and I'm just gonna let it run forward towards the thing.
Yep. But right before it touches it, blue energy envelops it and it's gone.
All right. Well, that's the perimeter, guys.
Right before it touched the
However,
pole of the desk.
Right before it touches the pole. That's the thing to think about. So it didn't actually take Henri's bat until it touched the desk, but for whatever reason, right before it was about to touch the pole, it took yours.
Okay. Well, stay at least a foot away, I reckon.
Do you think it might just be safer to see if Barry could maybe pull some of the lighter objects off of it?
Sure.
Somebody.
Yeah.
The problem being is that if these things work through the connection to the weave, Barry is just a extension of myself. So if he
Right.
gets pulled, I get pulled.
Well, I mean, Wraith got pulled, and he's technically an extension of Henri, isn't he? And
No, he's a separate. So Henri can explain this to you, but Wraith is actually a separate spirit that Henri takes control of in the form of a bat. He's like a
Right.
kindred spirit to her, but he doesn't have her DNA tied to it. But however, something that Erastus would know is that Erastus is right. Like his mage hand is tied to him magically. It has his magical signature. Like, no other person on the planet has the mage hand exactly like Erastus. So there is some ties to Erastus with the mage hand.
Right. No, I didn't know that about Find Familiar. I have that in another campaign, but I've never thought of it like that.
Andre will explain this to you, but essentially it's yeah, because they used to be. Unfortunately, I actually like the old way, but the new way is that they're actually spirits that you find that take the form of the animal that you're going through. So they're like literally spirits from the Weave, if I'm not mistaken, like magical spirits from the Feywild and other things that take on the form of these animals. It's not the actual animal. Like, unfortunately, it's not a real bat anymore. It's this spirit that forms into the bat. But yeah.
Why don't how about this, guys? Why don't we take a little break. I'll cook some lunch, and give me a little bit to study this, and I feel like I can probably figure out what this is going on. This is kind of in my wheelhouse.
Yep.
If you feel confident enough in doing that and you're willing to take the time, you can set up a perimeter. Probably do that.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, once we're taking a rest, I'm gonna have Wraith kind of be flying near it, not quite land on the desk, and look through Wraith and see if I can read any, like, if anything that's in the book or any of the titles on the other books.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So one of the books that you see is actually written in common, and it does have a title on its spine. And let me bring up the stream again so I can show you which one. All right. So Henri, it's the book that's out here in the open, and it's so even though you can't see the spine itself on the top here of where the spine would be, I don't know if you can see the stream. There's a title that goes across the entire top of it because it is an open book, and the title is "How to Raise Your Own Pseudo Dragon."
Oh, pseudo dragon.
What do we got left for food? I'm gonna try and actually whip something up.
What's written on the page?
It is actually instructions on how to find them.
I love it.
Can I write down whatever I see on the page?
Yep, you totally can. The other thing that you notice though is that there's on the open book there's actually a note that's scrawled in the margin, and the note is literally handwritten notes about. So basically, this is what it says. It says, "I've finally found what I've been looking for this entire time. I can hear him. He's in here somewhere. I just need to be patient."
Oh boy.
There's the other thing that you notice if you take more time. There's a little drawing. It's small, but it's just scribbles, and it's of this area itself. And there's some possible locations where there's little circles and X's, and it's all over this area here. But it looks like in the drawing there's an area that looks kind of similar to this place over here, and there's a big X marked to it. Henri, can you see it in the stream where I'm looking at?
I think mine's kind of far behind. I'm refreshing it now. Can you show it
Cool.
again in a second?
Yeah, I will. Yep.
So,
Okay, I just refreshed. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So, where the bedroll is?
Yeah, close to the bedroll. That's right.
can I get a? I've got my pot out of for my cooking utensils, and
Yep.
I'm gonna go to that smash barrel and get some if there's any wood debris, I'm gonna grab it.
There's definitely wood debris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Theo, can I get a light?
Yeah, sure. Theo will help Erastus cook.
I'm gonna
Okay.
use the wood to make a little fire under the pot, and I'm hanging it on a hook, the little hook stand I have. I'm gonna throw some of my jerky, dried meat, tack, and then I'm just gonna ask for everyone to contribute a little water, and I'm gonna make some trail stew.
Okay, cool.
It's a bread and meat stew. It's kind of a thick, meaty porridge.
Yep.
And I rolled an 18 for my cook utensils check, which, looking on the map, looking on the listing for cooked utensils, a 15 is considered a gourmet meal.
Oh yeah, so I mean, I imagine you did an amazing job at this.
The best I could do given the circumstances.
Yeah.
I do have some spices, so I can salt and paprika it up a little bit.
So yeah, but anyway, so as Erastus is making this and going through it, everyone smells how nice this is anyway. And if you do taste it, this is probably one of the better meals you guys have ever had. Considering that none of you, to my knowledge, have actually eaten at any of like the finer restaurants in Neverwinter, like the really expensive ones. So this is pretty up there with some of the best stuff you've had. Yeah.
You guys should see what I could do with some actual fresh game.
Yeah.
Are we gonna rest here?
I think we're having a short rest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to start attuning the gauntlets.
Yep. Sure.
And after I get done cooking, I'm gonna just kind of like circle around this pylon, just inspecting it up and down in a very slow, methodical way. I want to look at energy transference, the alloy it's made of, general purpose, and the item's position in relation to the other things in the cavern.
Yep. It cut out a little bit from Erastus. Just say the last part again.
Just like if its positioning in relation to the other things in this area seems to have any effect in its design. If it was intentionally placed there for a specific purpose.
Oh, the rod, you mean? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks. It's funny. Looking at the rod, the only thing that you notice is that it's curiously like close to the table here, and it is like you notice that when you start really doing inspection, every single area that you can get to is within 5 feet of this rod in this area. So it's strange because like there's not really a way to get like for instance, Sio right now. If you look at where she is, she's just outside of that 5 foot like place, but everywhere. It's perfectly within like a 5 foot radius. So there's like a big, there's basically a circle of 5 feet around it. That's the only thing that's super like strange about this whole thing. Yeah. However, you do notice, Erastus, as you started looking in this area clearer, there's a little alcove here that looks like it goes out to the ocean. You can see water right down there.
Hey, Sky Lady.
Hmm?
Can you throw your bat down there? I mean, not throw it. Just that fly, please.
Sure. I'll send Wraith in.
Yep. Okay. All right. So.
Oh
You're
yeah,
able-
guys,
you're able
help
to do that.
yourselves to the stew. By the way, it's not a lot, but enough for everyone to warm your bellies.
So you do send right down there, and this is what Wraith sees. So Wraith is able to fly underneath where the cavern is, and you notice that there's basically some areas before the stone hits the water where he can go underneath everything. And he notices that the entire structure, this entire thing, is actually floating inches above the water. So the entire area here is somewhat unnatural. So as Wraith goes to go through it, he can clearly see that there's areas here. Henri, I assume you're using the sensors through him.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Yeah. So you can see that there's an entire area under here that's basically probably magic. And then when he gets out, you can see that there's this wall here, and then you start going and hitting the other areas. You go through out here, and then Wraith flies around and realizes that the entire thing. The only thing that Wraith does run into a problem is that once Wraith is actually able to get out, and go past here, but it's because he went underneath. Because Henri, you remember that for whatever reason there's almost like a barrier on top, but Wraith can get out to this thing if he goes underneath. So if that makes sense. So if let's say there's a force field around this area, you can bypass the force field if you ever needed to by going underneath the entire thing.
Yeah, but then we're in Waterworld, so
That's right.
If
That
we
is
had
correct.
Water Walk.
Yeah.
If we were Jesus.
I believe.
Okay.
Okay.
So what'd you see?
I saw the bottom of the world. It appears that this cavern goes underneath. Like, apparently this whole island is floating, like, above the water. It's not actually, like, in the water.
Guys, I just want to go home.
We all do, bud.
Chris, is there
Yeah.
are there any rocks in
That's the.
are there any rocks in the nearby area that like seem like I'd be able to climb them relatively easily? I want to see if I can.
Rocks you could climb. Yeah. So there's these over here. None of them are easy, but there are rocks that you could try to get up on. But after you get to the first like 5 feet, everything's difficult. But you could try your best to like hop on one of these over here.
I will crouch down and let you stand on the back of my shell.
Aw.
Yep.
Do I have line of sight of
Oh.
the bedroll?
Let's look.
If Gretna
Yeah,
crouched down, you could have like a
so
step stool.
if you get up to here, you absolutely can see the bedroll. Yes. Is that what you want to try to do?
Hey, I would not touch that.
No, not
The
touch,
last
not
time we
touch. I just want to see.
The last time we got within 5 feet of those,
Yep.
a wizard died.
All right. So this is what you can see from there. Go ahead and make a perception check though, just to see. Because you can like shuffle around to try to get on the edge, but give me a perception check.
I think we almost crushed Pyravin to death too.
God,
Mhm.
I'm rolling so bad with perception. 9.
I think he kind of was
Nine?
dead.
Oh no, that's so. I mean, so this is what you see that there's like an empty bedroll. You see that there's a bunch of stone over here. There is something out in the corner of here that looks like it's like an unnatural burrowed in kind of almost whole cave thing that's small. Other than that, there's nothing that's out of the ordinary though.
It's a spurt hole.
I'm gonna call
Could be
Wraith
a
back
pseudo
and
dragon
send Wraith
hole.
in.
Okay, yeah, you can. Yep. Let's see. All right. So, yeah. So if Wraith's gonna go and fly over there, and so Wraith can get a better view now. And there's a little bedroll here, and there's some notes on each of the bedroll side that are scribbled in. They're written in common. The thing is, though, are you looking through Wraith's eyes
Yes.
right now? Okay. All right. All right. You know, it's so funny. I have no idea how blindsight works with. I guess you are able to read through blindsight. I guess. Let me see.
Hang on.
I guess if you're looking through it, I think you impose
Yeah.
your senses on the creature. So it's a butt that can see now.
Yeah, it's interesting, but you also get the advantages of it. Yeah, it's super interesting. Let's see. Let me look at something here. This is so interesting. Let's see.
If you're doing that, I'm gonna.
Yeah. I'm totally right. Yeah, so you can always see objects and details or whatever, but you cannot see written text or anything like that. So, Henri, Henri, what are your options with the bat?
What do you mean?
Like, are you all? Did you when you look through its eyes? Do you have to see through its eyes with blindsight?
Hang on, let me pull up the stat block.
I think you do, but I just want to make sure.
You can see.
'Cause if so, we fucked all that up, and I was totally wrong in the beginning. You actually cannot read with blindsight.
It says you
it's-
can see through your familiar's eyes, which I assume means well, it says gaining the benefits of any special senses it has.
Oh, so
I
do you
think
get both? You get both? Yeah. God,
Blind-
that's so
You
confusing.
can see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn, gaining the benefits of any special senses that the familiar has. I think
Yeah, you know,
the way
it's
that's
fine.
phrased makes
Yeah.
it sound like I only have blind sight. I'd say that, like, that's how
Yeah,
it reads to me.
So anyway, so if you want Wraith to still be a bat, just keep this in mind in the future. That means that you just can't read text, unfortunately, but you do get all the benefits of blind sight. That sucks, but I made sure that this has already been asked. Jeremy's already answered it in canon. Blind sight means you can't read.
Yeah.
You get shapes and details and all that stuff. Just you can't read any text. Anyway, there's notes. You can see that there's notes. You just can't see what's on them. There's notes up here, and then by the way, there is in this alcove, there's like a small cave. But do you want Wraith to go inside of it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Wraith does go inside of it, and all right. So this is what Wraith sees before he gets taken out. So Wraith sees a small, dragon-like creature, and there's a stinger that with its tail that immediately goes and stings Wraith, like right in his eye, and he's gone.
Yeah,
But
fair.
yeah, yeah. But it looks, the outline is like a small babyish dragon thing.
I think I want to head up there. And I'm gonna start trying to climb.
Okay. All right. You guys see Henri, like you guys see Henri,
I
like.
say out loud. I say out loud. I think I want to try and get up there.
Okay. All right, Henri, go ahead and make an athletics check to see, because
God,
this is what you have to do. You have to like jump. So this is what you're doing. You're like super excited and very eager, and you're on the side here. You have to jump now, hold yourself up, and then pull your body up to see if you can get up there. So let's make an
Oh.
athletics check.
She'll cast guidance.
I'm gonna help.
Yeah, Sio's very concerned that she's going and doing something like
Semi-dangerous. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
there's a pseudo dragon up
A
there.
grappling hook might help you.
Maybe. I mean, this is relatively hard. So, Henri, I don't know if you can see the stream yet, but you're right on this edge, and you now jumped to like basically grab onto this ledge, and you're gonna try to pull yourself up.
Okay. So it's an athletics check or an acrobatics check first?
So first it's athletics because you have to pull yourself up.
Okay.
So, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say that it was easy enough for you to actually grab on. So we're just gonna see if you actually can pull yourself up.
add a 2 to whatever you roll.
God fucking damn it.
Oh God.
Okay, there we go. 16. 18.
Okay. Yeah. No. You're definitely able to pull yourself up. But now you just have to balance yourself. Like getting up. I just want to make sure you don't fall off the actual thing. So go ahead and make your acrobatics save. It's just a check though.
Well, like,
So-
can
so
I
this is
like
what you
crouch
see. On-
down and like grab onto the two sides of the walk and just walk carefully instead of trying to
So
balance myself?
this is what you're making the check for. It's actually, I'm just going to assume you're going to be super careful and not fall off or anything like that. What you're doing is you're able to pull yourself up, but the problem is that it's like an old kind of shaky thing. So you're just balancing yourself to get into a stable position so you can like get on your stomach, and that's what you're doing the acrobatics check for. I just want to make sure you don't fall off while trying to pull yourself up. Now you're strong enough to do it. Now I just want to see if you can actually like make it.
Erastus, would Barry be able to help her at all, or?
Yeah, I would allow that. Like if Barry's going to try to stabilize you, he can only do 15 points, like 15 pounds worth, but it's enough that it will help. I'll let him give you advantage on it.
Yeah. Sure. I mean,
You said acrobatics?
Yeah, this is just acrobatics. Yeah, it's six. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Because you're definitely going to pull yourself up. I just want to see if you fall over on the other side.
17.
All right. So you are able to pull yourself up, and you do get on your stomach, and you get like a really like firm hold on the two beams. So you're able to get up there now. You're just prone, and you can be careful if you want and try to make your way over.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as you crawl up in this area, you do see the bedroll. It looks like it's old and has been there for a long time. However, you can see, even as you get up here, right before the notes or whatever, you see there's two gleaming eyes looking at you. They're like almost golden. They definitely light up, and you can see them. There's something like glaring at you from the top.
Like from the hole?
Yeah, it's from the hole. That's right.
Okay, I'm gonna say in common out loud, hello. Like
the
two
fuck
minutes.
is going on?
Yeah. Nothing speaks back to you. So, Henri, what does your character know about pseudo dragons?
Fuck all.
That's what I thought. So, um, uh, yeah. So,
What's up there?
I don't know yet.
Is it a pseudo dragon?
It might be. It's still in this little cave. I can't really see
Get-
it that well.
Okay. Can
Get-
I say hello to her in Draconic? Then I say hello. Vashas.
yeah, nothing.
Muchas.
Doesn't speak back.
I'm just gonna reach above my head, and if Henri looks down, I'm holding a bowl of my stew as high above my head as I can for her to reach down and grab it.
I'm going to attempt to grab it.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna attempt to grab the pseudo dragon?
No, the bowl of soup.
Oh, gotcha.
That I'm holding
Gotcha.
I'm holding up to her.
Yeah, no, you can grab it. That's fine. As long as you're stabilizing it and you're already in a good position where you're safe, you can totally grab it. Yeah, that's fine.
Give it my delicious stew.
Yeah, I'm gonna offer it towards the cave. I'm gonna put it down.
No. Yep.
I'm gonna carefully, slowly move forward and put it down as far as I think is safe. I'm not gonna get too close to the cave. I'm gonna put it down on the
Yep.
ground. I'm gonna back up a little. I'm gonna be like, "This is food if you'd like to try it." And I'm gonna say that in both common and celestial.
Yep. Now, as a meta thing for both, for anyone who actually does know about pseudo dragons outside of this and actually knows about them, just keep in mind, I am using the second edition pseudo dragon, which is way cooler, way more dangerous. So just keep that in mind. But yeah.
It's got
Okay.
meat in it, so
Yeah, so you bring it, so it actually doesn't react, but you can see those glaring golden eyes, like very intensely looking at you. If you want, Henri, it's just to try to figure out what's going on. I mean, I'll let you do a nature check. It's just because you don't know anything about these things. You're not going to get a ton from this nature check, but I'll let you do it.
It's probably gonna be bad. Yeah, that's a 9.
Okay. I mean, the only thing that you can tell is that so it's in a small area. It looks like it's in a defensive position within the cave. It's already stung your bat, so you know that it's a little wary of things coming into that area. It's got a stinger. Other than that, though, that's pretty much all you know. If it is a pseudo dragon, from what it looks like, they do look like small cat-sized dragons. But that's it. The only thing you do remember as a mage and working with Artemis is that they're one of the only animals. First of all, they're incredibly rare. By the way, Henri, you would know this because Artemis has also been looking for them as well. They're very, 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 very expensive on the aftermarket. And if Artemis got one, he was going to be tempted to sell it because these can go for anywhere from 50,000 to 100,000 gold. Sometimes, well more than that. So it just depends on what kind of pseudo dragon it is, what color it is. How much venom it has. There's all kinds of things that determine its thing. But these are sought after animals, and they're very, 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 very rare. So that's the only thing that you would know from Artemis. But anyway.
Okay, then I will say
This is like retirement money, though. I mean, it's very, very expensive. Yeah.
I'd like to meet you. I've never seen a creature such as you before.
Yeah.
Are you stuck here? Are you trapped here? Is there any way I could help if you are?
No response. Nothing.
it doesn't want to talk to us. Let's just leave it alone.
But I just want to make sure it's okay.
You ever heard that story about the guy that poked the bear too many times?
Why are you poking bears?
I didn't. But the dude who didn't live to tell the story himself.
If you didn't.
So Henri, as you're talking back and forth, telepathically you hear a voice that says, "Do you have a present?"
What kind of present would you like?
Now you see it glare, its eyes grow brighter, and it says, "Something nice."
hang on one second.
I have
I'm just gonna
something.
start digging through my bag.
Fucking too.
I'm gonna pull out one
Is
of
the half an-
Miracle's head feathers.
No,
It's,
sorry. This is all telepathic between. No one can hear this. This
God.
is all telepathic. Yeah, As a meta for everyone that's understanding, pseudo dragons can only speak in telepathy. They actually
Yeah,
don't.
that's why I asked Henri who she was speaking to.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, man, this is so cool. I want another one.
Guys, the lady that fell from the sky has lost it.
Also, from a meta perspective, for anyone who does actually want the pseudo dragon, if you can even get it, just know that the way that these work. This was like a variant familiar, but we're going to use the second edition ones. You cannot have two familiars. Just as a heads up, like the pseudo dragon will not attach to you if you keep the familiar around. You're going to have to like literally banish your familiar, unlearn it. And this one is not one that you can, like, if you take it and it dies, it dies. This is not like, this is like a one. This is like a very, but there are some other awesome advantages to it. But if it dies, it dies. So just keep that in mind. It's a real animal. This is like this second edition familiar thing. So this is just an option. It's hard. You don't have to go through it. But yeah.
If I like
Yeah.
unlearn find familiar, would I ever be
ye-
able to relearn it?
Yes.
prepare
Basically, this is what you have to do this though. It's going to take the presence, the place of your find
Step away.
familiar, and there's going to be a cost for that. But it'll be just like find familiar. So you have to keep the spell. It's not like you can like take away find familiar and get another spell. You're just stuck with this find familiar spell, even though you're using the Pseudo Dragon. I'll explain that in the story later of why that makes sense and how it's there. But there are absolutely advantages to having a Pseudo Dragon, but now it's a fragile version of a familiar. Because if it dies, it really does die. It's like the real familiar back in second edition. So anyway, so keep going.
I'm going to pull out. I'm gonna pull out like my gold. I'm gonna put like 50 gold worth just on the ground.
Which so all of you guys see this. You can see
They
this.
have like 10,000 gold. It's fine. This is nothing
Yeah,
to them.
but Henri is still pulling out more gold than any of you had before this. Like, she is definitely rich in your guys' mind. Like, because you have to understand, 50 gold is enough in some ways to like basically rent an entire house for a year, a nice one, a really nice. I mean, this is a lot of money. So anyway, you see here putting 50 gold out, and it looks so Henri, this is what it says. It says that's not what I like. I like shiny things. I like magic things. I like better things. And it says also, tell me what kind of person you are. Quick.
I am a spellcaster. I'm a wizard. I can cast spells and I can can I respond telepathically?
Oh yeah, you have to.
Okay.
You,
Good.
I mean, so that's the thing. When it's talking to you telepathically, you can talk with your voice, but you have to be thinking about what you're saying too. It's like this thing that happens when it talks telepathically. So you could totally say this out loud, but you are also, when you're doing this, also like it's now got like a conduit to you directly, and so everything you say, you're also giving to it telepathically.
Okay, then I will only think and not say out loud. I can change fate. I've learned how to change how things happen. I can undo and redo things.
Okay, so you guys all see this. So a dragon, a small cat-sized dragon, flies out from its thing. It circles Henri and looks at everyone over here, and it flies up to where no one can touch it, around like 30 to 50 feet in the air. It does have, so the only difference between this and a normal-looking dragon is you guys notice there's a giant scorpion-sized stinger on its tail, and it's looking around at everybody. And it talks, so it's scanning the room too, and now that it's talked to Henri, so first it goes to you, Sio, and it says, tell me what kind of person you are.
I'm a new sort of magic user. Besides that, I spend time with orphan children trying to give them a home, and that's about it.
And then it goes to you, Gretna, and it says, What kind of person are you? And this is all telepathically, by the way.
I'm an acolyte of the great god Tyr of justice.
Okay, so now it's talking to all three of you telepathically, and it says, okay, who can give me the best gift? Let's see. Also, I like compliments.
I'm just.
Cutest
I'm
thing
gonna.
I've ever
I'm
seen in
gonna
my life.
reach into my bag, and I'm just gonna slip Co my mirror.
What
Yeah.
what color is it?
Oh, right. Yeah, it is a glimmering, pure golden scaled dragon. It's got gold all over it. It's very shiny.
Sio will like whisper to Erastus, "What is this for?"
Darn cutest thing I've ever seen in my whole
Let
life.
it see its reflection and compliment the shit out of it.
All right, so Purvin, Arasus, Matt Morn, all three of you hear the same exact thing. Okay, so what can you guys offer me?
Okay, give me the mirror back.
No, now I'm going to use it. You already gave it to me. And she'll show it the mirror and tell the dragon it's the coolest dragon she's ever had the privilege of seeing with her own eyes.
Yep. Go ahead and make a performance check. All three of you, all three of the girls that it talked to first, the magic users specifically, make a performance check on how well you're basically complimenting it.
I need to cast guidance on myself from now on. Damn it.
You should do that.
Yeah, I should, but I got a 14.
Yep.
Oh, I put that in the wrong.
He doesn't believe me at all.
Mine's worse.
And so from a meta perspective, by the way, we are gonna. If you guys really want to pursue this, we're gonna go through all of it. This is a arduous, tough process, just as a meta. So I'm just warning everybody. But go ahead. So what are the rolls?
16.
Okay, 16. Yep. What did you get?
Seven.
Yep. And what did you get?
6.
6. Okay. All right. So it flies around and it goes to CO and it says, I am amazing. It says, tell me so much more about myself. And you can tell, by the way, this is like a female voice. By the way, it's got a female essence. And then it goes back to you, Henri, and it says, so 50 gold's a good start, but what can you really offer me?
Do we all hear this, or she?
This is just the two. This is just Henri and Sia right now. Yeah.
Chris, I'm about to text you a question.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Ras is gonna say out loud, almost like feigning disappointment, like in a very flamboyant manner. Man, it's a real shame, isn't it? Take that bait, you dragon.
I haven't seen it. Okay, yeah, let's see. No, you would not have it next. No, you wouldn't have it here, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just stare at Co, like hoping she gets what I'm going for, and just be like, "It's a shame, isn't it, Co?"
What? Theo doesn't get it, so she's
Okay, all right. God damn it.
I'm gonna hold up my crystal ball.
Ras just like throws his hands up and he's like, "All right, that was my shot."
Yeah. All right. It flies over a little closer to you to see that. This is the drift globe thing?
No, it's
you're talking about the thing you got here.
No. My arcane focus crystal ball.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. It looks at it, but you can tell intrinsically it's not impressed with that. It wants a nice present. You know that it wants a nice present. And by the way, it's giving you the same things. It wants a really nice present. And you guys are getting the hint of this. And the first courtship ritual to this thing must be like, you need to be able to compliment it well, and it needs nice presents. And it seems like it likes magical presents. It's also much more interested in the two pure magic users.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Yeah. Unfortunately for you, Gretna, yeah.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand in front of it.
Yep.
Theo will pull out the Demonomicon and just pretend to flip through it and tell the pseudo dragon, "Oh well, they don't do your kind justice in this book. You're much more beautiful and talented and awe-inspiring in person. That the art here doesn't do you any justice." And she's really trying here, but she really doesn't know what it wants.
Yeah. Give me my fucking ear back.
The dragon does fly. It's still 30 feet in the air, but it flies just over you to look at that book. Now, Erastus, as it sees you cast Mage Hand, it then asks you telepathically very directly. It says, "Oh, what kind of person are you?"
I'm the kind of person who knows what true value is and what true value is worth.
Look, back off. You already got Benny.
Shut up! I made him.
Yeah. So anyway, so it's very, very interested in looking at that book.
You will put it on the ground, probably like 5 feet away from her, to let the dragon look at the section about dragons.
Okay. So if you want to do it here, where so Co, you're actually on this square here. Problem with putting it like you can put it 5 feet where Gretna is, but anything other than that, you're approaching on the magical item thing.
Oh yeah, I don't want to do that. So I'll even walk back farther away from that and put the book down because I don't want the pseudo dragon to feel.
Don't touch the barrel.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch the barrel. Yeah, but I'm going to walk away, and I don't want the pseudo dragon to feel pressured, so I'm going to just put it down where it's more comfortable to sit.
Yep. Okay. All right. So as you do that, go ahead and who's got the highest passive perception here? Is it Pyramid?
Not fucking me.
I've got a 13.
10.
I only
That's-
have 11.
What? Pyramid, what's your passive perception?
13.
13. So 13 is the highest? Yeah. Okay. All right. The only thing as you
You're
go
too
through this,
used to Group A, Chris.
yeah, no, it's okay. The only thing that you do notice is that everyone hears a second voice. Every single person in this group hears a second voice in their head that says, "What can you offer me?"
Who are you? And
Do
I,
we
s-
recognize
I
the
look
voice?
around and I
No.
say that
Yeah.
out loud.
This is
telepathically.
This is definitely a male-like voice, and it has a very similar telepathic dialect to the first voice.
Power!
It's male.
I just scream power at the roof.
Yep. All right. So the book is powerful enough magically that as the golden dragon is going through it, you can see the golden dragon. By the way, the two people that are now mostly in tune with the dragon that have the strongest telepathic connection are Co and Henri. You get a very, very large amount of annoyance coming from the golden dragon, and at this point, another small cat-like dragon creature flies up from the ceiling. This one is now, it's got like an emerald colored skin, but this one looks way more like glass. Like it almost looks like a small crystal like dragon that's green that has glass like little shards all over it. But this one is distinctively male. And it's also looking at that magic item. And it's very curious. There are
Oh,
two
I'm in love.
in the cave.
Oh, wow.
I take out my blue book that I just got and I said, I can make sure you don't die.
It goes and does look at the blue book as well. So
I'm in love. I never thought courting dragons or pseudo dragons would be this fun, but I love it.
okay, so the other thing to keep in mind, now that the two of you are a little bound to this, you basically start to get some of the emotions of the goal. Well, like I said, it's now annoyed, but on top of that, you can tell that it's actually scared. It's mostly scared of everyone. The compulsion to see gifts and compliments is so great that it is now like basically like winning over the compulsion of it being absolutely terrified and really not wanting anything to do with people. The only other thing that you get the intrinsic, like both of you, Sio and Henri, get from this dragon is that it loves knowledge, it loves magic, it loves beauty, it loves like gems and jewelry and emeralds and other things. So it's very, very, very much in tune with that. The other one, of course, you know nothing about yet, but that's what you're getting. But the annoyance is growing even greater. It clearly does not like the other pseudo dragon. It doesn't want it out here. It wants to be the only pseudo dragon. So anyway, so that's what you guys are. So anyway, so Gretna, it does look over to your book, and it's very, very curious. It goes and it basically lands over here, and every single time the blue light, like Bible hits it, you can see it a little better, and it's got a glassy exterior, it's got this glassy crystal exterior because it even lights up blue against the crystal like things, and you can also see that this one also has a very clear like scorpion stinger on the end, but it's looking at this book very intently, and it goes to you directly, Gretna, and it says, "So tell me about the book. Is this my gift?"
It could be.
Yeah, this is all
There's
telepathic.
more gifts than that. My goodness, there are just no words.
So
I'm
go ahead and
gonna-
make
Beautiful you are.
go ahead and make a performance check on complimenting this thing.
Oh, goody gumdrops. Okay.
Yep.
Yes,
What'd you get?
a 3.
Okay. All right. It's a very, very unimpressed. By the way, now that you guys can see it, anyone at this point can try to reach out to it with its mind. Try to like talk to the green one too. Like, go ahead.
Side question: since Henri and I are both attached, at least slightly on a telepathic level, to the
Yep.
gold dragon, can Henri and I hear each other, or can we both just hear the
No.
dragon?
Not yet. You can only just hear the dragon. Yeah. You can't hear each other. It's just the dragon. But you are going to be able to feel and know some of the things the dragon's going through right now because it's basically chosen you two to kind of be linked with at the moment. But anyway, but anyone can also try to reach out to this green dragon now too.
Erasmus is gonna walk up to Pyramid and kind of like out of the corner of his mouth, just be like, honestly, touching that orb and teleporting away doesn't seem like such a bad idea right now.
I'm gonna whisper back. I've been thinking about it for the past 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I miss the spiders.
They were fun, at least.
I'm gonna ask the gold.
Watching
pseudo
Dragon dating sim.
Right? It's like I'm watching some kind of TV show.
Which one do you think's gonna get the rose at the end of the night?
Are you
Go ahead.
two related?
The gold dragon.
Right.
So the gold dragon. Do you try to say this to both dragons? By the
I
way.
say it more to the gold dragon.
And it goes, that's a dirty gold. That's a dirty like green abomination of a pseudo dragon. I guess we're related. Yeah. And you can tell by the way that it's got a kind of an immature. Like it's definitely gotten the more immature side. You don't know if that's because of age or just personality, but you can tell even without insight or anything that it just doesn't like the other dragon for whatever reason, but in a kind of an immature way. And the green dragon also reaches out to you and Sio, and it says, "Oh, wait a second, you guys, she likes you. What do you guys have?"
Bye.
It's still talking to you, Granny. You feel something with it, but
It's okay.
yeah, you guys. Unfortunately, if they're going to pursue this, you're going to have to give them some time on this. It is kind of unfortunately an arduous process, but we'll get through it. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, I will take a bathroom break while we do this then, because
Yep.
Erasmus is just gonna.
Yeah, it's
I'm just gonna use the time to keep studying the pylon. Fuck it.
Yep. Yeah. Actually, you know what, Erasmus? If you want to actually take like tell me a little bit about what you want to do, and I'll give you not only an advantage on your Arcana check, but I might even lower the DC. Like, what do you really want to do with this pylon while they do this?
I'm looking for energy source and means of dispersion,
Okay. Yep.
and
Well,
like any mechanical functionality I can glean from a 2-foot ocular pat down.
Okay. Yep. All right, guys. So So the other thing, the other thing that the green dragon says to both you and Sio, it says,
15.
you don't want anything to do with that green dirty dragon over there. Also, it stings really, really bad. It can paralyze you forever. You don't want anything to do with him. He's also angry and moody. Just come over here and let's talk about my gifts.
Why?
And when it says come over here, it wants you to come over there and not talk to the green dragon. But anyway.
Theo will kind of just sit like crisscross on the floor.
Yep.
Mentally reach out to the gold dragon and at the same time say out loud enough for Henri to be able to hear her. Why don't you care for the green dragon? You seem very agitated.
And she explains to you, it's because he always steals everything. He steals all my stuff. He's completely and utterly immature. He's gotten us both into a ton of trouble. And the green dragon is now talking. It's like, no, I don't. I just like going on adventures, and my sister doesn't like any of that. And by the way, the last person that tried to tame us was really bad and tried to hurt her anyway. She was dumb enough to take his magic items, and so she's really dumb too. Like she's super dumb.
Well, I don't think calling her names for having faith in people is very nice. And she'll turn to the gold dragon. And I'm sorry to hear that you were mistreated. That's not fair to you.
Yep. So anyway, so what's happening right now is the gold dragon is flying a little closer to you, Sio, and she says, "That's right." She said, "Thank you very much." She said, "I was horribly mistreated." She's still 15, 20 feet in the air. She says, "By the way, we should get back to like my gifts. Like if you really, 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 really think your destiny is to be tied with me, because my destiny is to be tied with a great spellcaster, and I have an amazing destiny in front of me. If you think it's you, then tell me what gifts do I get? I like pretty things and magic things."
Well, to be honest with you, I think Henri might be the best person for that. I don't have many gifts. I give away what little I have to my family back home. So if you're looking for gifts and glamour, I think Henri's going to be the best person for that. And she'll turn to Henri because she pulled out 50 gold pieces, which is more than Sio's ever seen in her entire life.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
So she knows she basically doesn't have anything.
no, like
Yep.
again, you guys have like
10,000.
a lot of money.
Right, but Sio herself has never
Oh.
had like. So here's the thing, Sio actually actually, what am I saying? I'll let you explain this, Sio. You explain this to her? Yeah.
Like the background aspect of why she doesn't have a lot of money.
No, of the fact that Sio doesn't really even has never laid a claim to that money. She just thinks it's going to be part of the group, but she doesn't really see it as hers yet. Obviously.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, Sio doesn't see herself as rich right now. So, but I'll let you explain that, Sio. But yeah.
Sio is very community based. She grew up as an orphan on the streets of Luskin. So whenever she gets something, she's always, it's been like community property. Like she has the clothes on her back and she has very specific things that are hers, but especially things that are like money or food or valuable. Like they've always been for either like her little family of orphans, or it's been, it belongs to a group of people. It's never been something specific to her. So like anything that the group has found besides like even the Demonomicon, like it's attached to her, but she sees it as an asset to the group. So he thinks the dragon's like asking for like stuff that she can actually give over to it, but she sees everything as like community property. So she doesn't feel like she can actually give the dragon anything it really wants.
Well, so at this point, the green dragon, the one with the glass-like scales, it actually flies over. And it lands directly on Sio's shoulders anyway. This is actually freaking amazing. I cannot believe that. I mean, this is going to be fucking hard. But anyway, so it lands right over on your shoulder, and it says, "You know what? You're my type of person. I like you."
How so?
So it lets you link. It lets you link to it, and in a second, So if you accept it, you have to accept this. But if you accept it, this is your familiar now, even though you don't technically have this is actually yours, and this is what it does. This is the unlocking condition. Each pseudo dragon has an unlocking condition. This one requires selflessness, which I actually didn't think we'd get. I actually didn't think we'd get the green pseudo dragon, to be completely honest, from my perspective. But anyway, it absolutely requires it because of its life with its sister. Because its sister is the exact opposite. And it shows you all of this. And it says that's all it's ever wanted is someone genuine and someone that can actually like that actually has awesome magic, and you clearly do from your book, but you're also selfless. So that's why it attached to you. Anyway, so Henri, so basically, by the way, the gold dragon sees this, and it like talks to you, and it says, you know what, Henri, and it knows your name, by the way. It says, you know what, let's just look at what you can give me. I'm only going to go with the person that gives me the best gifts. And if you don't give me the best gift, I'm definitely going to find someone who does. She's pretty immature, but she wants something really good from you, Henri.
I'm curious. I heard your brother say, like, you stole from a wizard?
Well, kind of. So this kind of wasn't my fault, but long story short, there was an old bald man that came in here a long time ago, and he tried to milk out all of our venom. Mine first, but then my brother's, but then he also tried to do these really crazy, awful spells to try to like basically multiply us, maybe to sell us. I don't even know. Don't worry, we got him. We stung him, and yeah, we took some really neat stuff that he had, but it's in our lair, and unfortunately, if you're looking for it, no, I cannot give it up. But I will take something as payment to be with you, because my destiny is to be with a great wizard that's going to do amazing things. And it looks like you could be that person, you could be her, but I really need you to prove it. I need you to give me something amazing.
You seem like an incredible creature, and I just don't know that I have anything that could ever live up to your expectations. I'm sorry.
She does. You can tell because you're bound to her emotions. She loves that you're saying all these things. But she says, no, you can try harder. She wants you to basically offer her everything you have and see if she likes it.
Sio will like make a motion to Henri, and like Sio has her own necklace from her parents, so she'll like pull it out and like gently jostle it, motioning to Henri, like trying to get her to think about like, I don't know if it would be meta to say, but she's gonna like jostle her own necklace, trying to like get Henri to look at her.
No, that's fine. That's totally fine. And so, Henri, here's what you know instinctively. We'll just help you from a game mechanic side too. You can offer her anything that you have, by the way, in your natural campaign too. But she is going to teleport it away, and she is actually going to take it. But it's anything that you have in your possession. But she wants the best of the best. That's her payment. CO got one for free apparently because she unlocked the special condition, but yeah, you're gonna have to give her the most powerful thing you have. That's the only way. It's seemingly that she's gonna accept you.
The only thing that I have that I would even come close doesn't belong to me. I'm sorry. I can't offer it.
Yeah. And she's now really curious. She says, "Show me." You get the impression she's not going to take it unless you willingly give it to her. She's not just going to teleport it away. So.
Okay, then I'll hesitantly take out the gem, the true gem, the gem of fusing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's like flutters around. She's like, "That's it. That's what I want. That's exactly what I want. That is perfect."
I'm sorry, but I can't. It doesn't belong to me. I'm only borrowing it.
Yep. So you guys can all see that Henri's taking out this gem and going through it, and it's like swinging around. It's like, nope, that's really what I want. That's it. Now, Henri, one of the things that you'll know is that, I mean, obviously you have other magic items. You can still try to go through it. She doesn't know what you have, but she does want whatever you think is the best.
I mean, I offered her what I thought was the best. It was my
Right.
my crystal orb. Like,
Yeah.
to me, that
Yeah.
is my most
She
valuable
didn't-
possession.
I know she didn't like it. She wasn't interested. Yeah.
I mean, I'll also take out the enduring spellbook.
Yep.
I haven't
Go ahead.
gotten the chance to use this yet.
So you by the way, so at this point, Sio has a crystal, like an emerald crystal dragon on her shoulder. Size
no.
of a cat.
Just a reminder, you could always pay a visit to your local magic item manufacturer that can still do one more today.
Yep. Yeah, if you say that, I mean, Henri, you heard that, so.
I mean, would you be able to make anything that would help?
What do you got in mind?
I honestly don't know, like, the extent of your abilities.
Now here's what's gonna happen. By the way, Erastus can make super awesome magic items from a matter. I just want you to realize what you're getting yourself into. Now, the dragon, when it takes it, is going to assume that this is an awesome magic item that stays around forever. These items break after what, 24 hours, Erastus? You have to redo it.
They last until I decide that I
Oh,
want
you redo it.
my
That's
vision
right.
on something
Okay.
else.
That's right. Okay.
Theoretically, it could last forever.
Okay. So that's a good point. So at some point, if this dragon ever goes back and sees, I mean, may or may not, right? We have no idea. But if it ever goes back and sees this item is no longer a magic item, it might be really upset at you. But for the time being, from a meta perspective, I'll cheat this. It's absolutely going to work. The dragon has no idea. It's going to look at this, whatever he creates is pretty decent magic items. It's going to be excited about it. So. Anyway, so go ahead, continue.
I can
Go ahead.
do it if it's that important to you, but I'm gonna lose my shield. What if you well, actually, I don't really know enough to give advice because you heard this all telepathically, so I have an idea, but it would be a meta idea.
I'm gonna. I mean, Henri would know that Oasis can make magic items.
To some degree, I mean, you know that you saw him make the armor, so yeah.
And you saw me make the arcane focus for Gretna.
Yep. And not to mention the fact that these magic items are very, very interesting anyway, because he's using powers that are very rare in Faerun. There's only one island out in the middle of like Faerun that really comes from where like Erasmus is going through it. So I mean, like people don't see artificers often.
Don't you have one in your group?
We do, but he's not from Faerun. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll talk
tense.
about this later, Rathus, but we have to incorporate something in your backstory that I forgot to mention. But there's only one island in Faerun, and it's run by gnomes where these artificers come from. But we'll talk about it later. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But Yep.
He also tends to make more weapons, and that's not really something that I use.
Yep.
Oh, I can do that. Well, just you could sell the dragon on the idea that I can just manufacture these things and pump them out a new wonder for it every day for it to peruse and investigate.
Do you say
Just
that
as-
like out loud?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to. Yep. So it hears it and it's like, oh, you're needing me a magic item every day? That's
I can.
pretty good deal. It's saying this on telepathically, by the way, to Henri. It's saying that's Henri. Yeah.
Look, you're not. Yeah, it's not my dragon, so don't really have a dog in this fight.
I'm also going to pull out the augury bones.
The green one
Okay.
seemed pretty amicable to the nothing it received.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So Henri, you do pull up the augury bones, and it looks at them, and it's definitely intrigued. It likes them. It definitely likes them. It tells you. It says, "Look, tell you what. If you're not going to give me the gem, give me a really awesome magic item now. I want the augury bones. I'll take your crystal focus. I'll also take anything else you have that's magic. I'll take
Holy fuck!
all of it, and then we have a deal." But you have to make me magic items. You have to get your friend, your big turtle tortoise thing, to make me magic items. But then you will show me that I am worth it enough for you to be with you.
I'm useless to you without those. I cannot cast spells. I cannot do anything without that.
It says, okay, just give me the gem. Come on, give me the gem. Henri, you know that it's definitely like it's not something you can convince it. You need to do like at least something for this thing, or you would have to like just let it go. Unfortunately, but it's very serious though. It really does want these things. It's not relenting. It's very vain. You know this as well, and it's just this is its personality. If it's willing to let you pass by and find other people eventually that will give it amazing things because it thinks it's its destiny to be with this amazing wizard. So.
I'm going to say I'm just not. You are too high. You are on a different plane than me. I'm sorry. I am not worth.
Yeah.
I am not worth you dedicating yourself to me.
Okay, yeah, the golden dragon sighs and it goes through everything and it says, "Ugh." It says, "Okay, come back when you change your mind," and it sits at this rock right here. All right. Hey,
Sia,
by the way, there was another item. Just so you know, Henri, there actually is another item in your possession, but it's technically not
no,
yours.
no.
Both parties. Okay.
Wait. Another.
That you have the professor orb, but
Oh yeah,
yeah.
no. But that's not even like.
Yeah.
Hey,
Anyway, yep, go for it.
okay. Did I notice anything about this pylon in the 20 minutes I've been investigating it?
So exactly. So the thing that you notice about the pylon is that if you stand in a 5-foot radius in any direction, it's going to teleport you. You've not figured out where, and you know for sure that this cannot be disabled. It is literally probably hundreds of feet anchored into below the water, drawing from a crazy magical source. If you want to get into this, you just have to activate it and go through it. You have no idea where it's going to teleport you to, but it's going to. The only other thing that you notice is that if everyone steps in it at the same time, you might have enough time to like basically get over to the table and grab one thing. That's the thing that you figured out. And then the whole time that you've been going through this, the basically way to like short circuit this enough that you could grab one thing off the table is if everyone coordinates getting on this at the same time.
Guys, let's fucking do it. Guys. Let's open this door. Let's flip that coin.
Is there
Well,
anything else here
Hey,
to look at?
don't all hold back your enthusiasm.
Is there anything else here to look at?
Look, I think I can grab 2 things. Well, actually, I think Pirvin could grab the whole fucking table. He's quick as shit.
Could try.
Yeah, we can try.
well,
I mean, where
is
else are
there
we gonna
anyone
go?
else?
That's the question. Where else is there to go around here?
We're pretty much at the end of the trail.
Yep. You. By the way, Henri, you notice like it knows that you're about to leave, so it has. It's very sad. It's very very sad that you're going to leave it here.
I mean,
You're welcome.
Yeah, you can come with us. You don't necessarily have to bond with anybody yet, but if you'd like to try and maybe see what we're capable of, or see kind of what happens, you can just come with us.
Yeah, she does. She says, "Yeah, you're taking my brother anyway, so I guess so." And she like flies over She doesn't land on your shoulder, but she's like close to you.
Sia will turn to the green pseudo dragon
Yep.
and reach out with her mind and ask him if he's sure he wants to go with the group.
He says, yeah. He says, I'm going to go wherever you go. He said, by the way, I've seen people go into this blue thing before. They never come back.
Do you know where they
He
end
says,
up
I
going?
don't. He says, but I'm ready. I'm brave.
I don't doubt it. And she knows it's probably still scared because it hasn't had great interactions with people, but she'll offer it her hand like she's going to pet it, but she'll let him decide if she can touch him or not.
Okay. And by the way, so you know, the pseudo dragon, just so you have it or whatever, it can speak with you telepathically within 100 feet radius. It's got blind sight, dark vision. Its passive perception is decently high. It understands common and draconic, but it can't speak any other language. It does have keen senses though, so it has advantage on wisdom perception checks or land sight, hearing, or smell. It does have magical resistance, which it is parting on you. You now have magical resistance.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking nice. The limited limited telepathy that it has, the 100-foot thing, as you gain, as long as you keep it alive and you keep going, it unlocks various things. Now, it does have it actually is a familiar that can attack. So it does 1d4 plus 2 piercing damage and a bite, and its sting is devastating. First of all, the sting that it does will paralyze a creature for 1d4 hours if it's able to get the sting off. Now, the sting has some disadvantages though. As it goes to sting, it makes itself open. So anytime it goes to sting, it actually has to take 2 rounds to try to like embed its stinger in and then go through it. And during those 2 rounds, it completely leaves itself open. Everything has advantages on attack rolls. Again, if this creature dies, it's dead forever. It's also the kind of magical creature that is super hard to resurrect. It's possible, but it's smart enough to get resurrected, but very, very difficult. We'll go into that later if it ever happens. Anyway, the creature does actually make a con saving throw for this. Also, it does have the ability to sting anyone. It is its own creature with its own mind, including you. Matter of fact, pseudo dragons are famous for stinging their own wizards if like you were ever to do anything to it or whatever. And keep in mind that there is a small chance every time it stings something that it can kill them, because there is a chance that when it does sting you and paralyze you, that you will literally stop breathing. I rolled D100. You only get a 1% chance on this, but it can just outright kill you. So Henri, so now that you know what it is too, that's the gold one is a little different but very similar. And then these things grow with you. The thing is, these are glass cannon familiars. It has 6 hit points, and when it's dead forever. Just keep that in mind. But anyway, for most part, I mean, it's possible to resurrect it, but we're talking it only works on true resurrection. Anyway, so what do you guys want to do?
Well, Araka said that we should maybe consider grabbing things off the table as we're all teleported, but I don't know. I'm new to understanding magic, so I don't know if this is going to require us to like kumbaya hold hands in order to all get teleported to the same place.
What I think is it's gonna spit out these little teleportation charges as quickly as it can. But it can only do it once per interval of period. I think its refraction rate, the period in which it can do from one instance to another, is delayed enough that one of us, the last person to enter this perimeter, can probably cross the diameter of the circle before it gets to them. I'm saying Piravin because he's the fastest, and let's be honest, least likely to trip and fall.
Right.
How you think that, like, once it teleports something, there's a certain amount of time that we have to
Let's say me and you cross the border at the same time. It's going to teleport one of us, and then there's going to be a period of time before it can do it again. I don't think it's going to be long, maybe a second, but we have enough beings here that it would take some time, especially if Sky Lady brings the bat back out.
Yeah, I
What
was just gonna
makes you-
say it might be a good idea to send like Wraith in, get teleported, and then Purivan sees how quickly he can get over there.
No, we need it. We'd have to all go at once. I don't think one thing is going to cut it.
Okay.
What makes you think we're all gonna be teleported to the same place?
Erasmus doesn't know for sure, but as he was doing his work to go through this, it doesn't look like the magical fluctuations are changing much, and that's all he knows.
Yeah,
He doesn't know for sure.
mechanical. When you take magic and you bind it to mechanical means, it operates within a very strict set of guidelines. Magic in itself, very chaotic and unpredictable, but when you mix technology with it, it confines and directs it. There's not a lot of room for variation if the mechanism is designed properly, which this seems to be.
I'm gonna pull out the Professor Orb.
Mhm.
I'm
Yep.
gonna ask it if it. Do you have any information on this this pole?
Yeah, that's a great. Yep. So it does go through. It glows, and it says, "Well, hello, Henri." It says, "As a matter of fact, I do." And let's see how much it knows. Hold on. It's advantage on this. All right. So it explains to you that this is one of the magical arcane spikes built by Tensor himself. He says this is set to teleport you either across planes, across great distances, or across severe magical barriers. He said this was one of 9 that Tensor created himself. He says it's curious that it's here, but that's what it's for.
Is there any way to get past it to the desk?
Okay, so let's see what it says. It says, no, except for the fact that if you take enough people and teleport through, there's a small refractionary window where someone might be able to stick around for a tiny amount of time. It doesn't know how many people, it explains. It doesn't know how many people that takes.
Okay, so if that's going to be the plan for everyone, do we just want to make sure we glance over at the desk to make sure we know what you want me to grab, so I'm not making any mistakes?
Yeah. Do we have detect magic in this group?
I can do it. I have to get rid of my shield to make my wand of detect magic.
The only other one who had it, I think, was Miracle.
Wait, I might have it. Hold on. Yeah, I've got it. But yep, I've got it.
How many spell slots you got left?
Well, it's a
Me?
ritual.
Yeah, I'll do it as a ritual.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna while you're doing that ritually, I'm gonna do a science experiment. I'm gonna take 2 copper pieces out and I'm gonna flick them both at the same time into the teleporter. I want to see what the refractory period on this is.
Go for it.
I do it.
Okay. All right. So what you notice is that less than a second goes by as the 2 copper pieces go through. You think that it's probably in the mix of maybe like 180 milliseconds or so, because you're very keen in counting this, and you have to have precise timings when it comes to making your magic items. So you do think that if you maybe if there were probably, like, you do some calculations on how to go through it. If all of you go through and Wraith is up, both Pseudo Dragons go through it, you're probably only going to get 1 person.
Well, he can just. We hand him the bag of holding, and he just scoops as much shit into it as he can. Just hand on the bench,
Yep.
just scooping everything into it.
Gotcha.
Here's the bag of holding. Here it is.
Yeah, you're only going to have 1 second, maybe 2 seconds at most, but that's a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so before that even happens, I'm going to fashion a way to hold open the bag of holding in either a circular shape or a square shape.
Doesn't he have wire? Doesn't Erasmus have wire?
Yeah, I can make it. I can wire it open.
Kind of like a fishing net type of thing.
Yeah.
trying to-
Yeah, I can weave it with some wire to make it a frame around the opening, so that you
No.
don't have to like awkwardly dangle it.
Now, Pirvin, this is very, very important. There are dusts and other things in cauldrons here. The only way, and you look at them, they're glowing. You have no idea what they are. You don't know if they're dangerous. You are going to have to get yourself a little messy if you want to go for those dusts. So if you're doing this, I'm assuming you're doing this with everything, unless you explicitly say no, I'm only going to target these things or whatever. So.
Second,
So-
I have an idea.
so-
I have an
go
idea
ahead.
if we can try something. I don't have to. I can create my mage hand over top. I can make it appear over top of there.
Over top of the bag or top of the table or
Over
what?
top of the table.
Yep. Mhm.
I'm
What
gonna
if
make it
it's a spell?
spawn over top of the table.
Okay.
That's 5 feet. It's outside of the 5-foot perimeter of the arc range. It's gonna be
Yeah, yeah.
hovering over top of the table.
Yep, that's fine. Yep.
You see that wand there?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
the light's on the wand. Yep.
yeah. I'm gonna pick it up and throw it into the perimeter.
Okay. So you spawned mage. So just so I'm sure, you spawned mage hand, right? Right over
Yeah.
where the wand was.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that everyone's fine
Alright.
with me doing this
I don't-
before.
no. Yeah, go ahead. Ask first. Yep.
Is everyone good? Because
I just don't
Yeah.
know if this will work because as soon as Wraith touched the desk, it disappeared.
Try to do
Well-
it with something of lesser value.
I mean, Mage Hand is pretty as low value as it gets.
well, so here's the thing.
I meant like the item he's throwing.
I think, if this is linked to me and if it sets off the teleportation, that needs to be your cue for everyone to dash inside. So, if I'll be the first victim of this if it doesn't work, and then everyone else can just run in. That will give Pirvin enough time to cross the finish line.
Yep.
But everyone needs to be like,
Yeah. So
ready, set, and then that will be the starting pistol.
Yep.
So real quick, as Gretna is casting a ritual casting for detect magic, I just want to go real quick check out the other pathway.
of course.
I'll
Yeah.
be right back.
Now is everyone paying attention and listening? Like Macmorn, did you hear what he said?
Yep, ready to go when he disappears.
Okay, so everyone is actually paying attention, which is good. So when that happens, you are going to all have to make a coordinated effort. So everyone's going to have to be like on the guard, making coordinated effort as soon as that happens, in case you get teleported. This is what you see, Henri. So you start walking through, and sure enough, there's boxes with there's 2 locked boxes with a bunch of boxes here. It looks like there's somewhat of a storeroom on this side, and then there's a campsite. Some kind of makeshift campsite with like a going fire, which is a little alarming to you, with a pot of stew and other things in it. By the way, you're sending Wraith in, or you're going in?
I was going in.
Yeah, so that's what you see up to here. So hold on, let me bring your character back. I do need to know how far you walk in and all that fun stuff, but you are now here, and that's what you see. So, you see there's like a current makeshift camp with actual fire going, with something on a stew that you couldn't smell before, by the way. You smell it when you get in, and it's pretty strong. It's like onions and spices and maybe some kind of beef stew. You're not sure. And there's a ladder that goes up, but this is all you see.
Is the pseudo dragon still flying near me?
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's right above you. It's like 10 feet above you. Yep.
Did you say you killed the wizard who was after you?
I don't want to say.
That's a no, isn't it?
Yeah, let's just leave it at, I don't know.
Well, we may be encountering that person, possibly. It would be good to know if they're still alive.
Yeah, she says, I don't think you're going to be encountering him, unfortunately. I stung him. She says she drops it and she says I stung him, and he was paralyzed for like 3 days. And me and my brother had fun because we would fly up to him and make him do different faces while he was paralyzed and other things. But then when he got better, he almost killed us, and then he ran out and went through that blue thing.
If it's not him, do you know who else this fire could belong to?
Oh, probably to that ghost man.
The ghost man who spoke to us when we first got here?
He said, "No, no, no, no. There's this scary ethereal ghost man that lives here with all of us. I haven't seen him in a long time, but if there's a fire on, he's probably like here.
Is he short?
Who's he meet?" She says no. Well, you wouldn't hear that.
Oh yeah, that's correct. This is.
Yeah. I know it sucks. Yeah.
I would be saying my parts out loud.
Well, if you want, you can convey what she's saying too. I'll allow that. So you can be translating. If that's what you want.
I'm going to pull out.
Like if you want to go back to Erasmus and just say what she said, that's fine. Is what I'm saying.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, real quick, am I within? I'm not within sight of the fire.
You're just barely within sight of the fire. Sorry, you're actually up here. Yep.
I'm going to pull out the gem.
Okay.
I'm going to see if I see anything.
All right. When you pull out the German trucing, you see that there is an ethereal giant-like man sitting in the corner, basically not paying attention to you, not doing anything else. But he's literally 30 feet tall, and he's like an ethereal, like 30-foot tall giant that's sitting on the corner thinking.
Near the fire?
Yes, near the fire. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna telepathically say to the pseudo dragon, will he attack us if he knows we're here?
He said, "Oh, don't worry, he's not here."
He's not actually there?
What?
She says, "I can't see him."
Theoretically, if he was there, if I could see him somehow.
You guys can all hear this because she's saying this out loud, by the way, I assume.
Well,
Are
no,
you saying
no,
this?
no. This part I'm saying, now that I know there's somebody sitting in the corner, I'm saying this part
Okay,
telepathically.
Yeah, fair enough. Yep. Oh, she said, "Oh, I don't know if he's there. I don't know. We've seen him do weird things. Like he fought the wizard."
He fought the wizard.
Yep. The wizard subdued him, though. The wizard ended up like doing a spell, charming him, and making him do stuff for him. But the wizard's gone now.
Okay, at that point I'm gonna.
He does get angry, and he is kind of dangerous.
At
But
that
don't
point-
worry, he's not here right now. It's fine.
Okay, well, that's good that he's not here. I'm gonna turn back around and I'm gonna go back to the group.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like,
Alright.
I'm still gonna be holding up the gem for as long as the charge works, just to see if there's anything I like can't see.
Yeah. Right now, no. I'll let you know though. But no, everything looks like it does.
Okay,
So,
There's no illusions or anything here. Yep.
so we ready to quite literally jump the gun?
Yeah, and since we are like a couple minutes over too, this will be the last thing we do for this session. But so I now know the plan. I know that everyone is like paying attention. Pirvin, tell me explicitly what your plan is while this all happens in sequence.
Well, I would like to explain to everyone that they need to be on the right-hand side, so I have a straight and narrow path to the end there.
Yeah,
so
we can bunch
point
up.
A to B, as straightforward as possible.
Yep.
And in that process, I want to do a big scoop and push with my other hand with any objects that are on the very top. And hopefully at the very end of the push, I'll be able to slap my hand down and grab that ring and book, those rings and book.
Okay, now are you going to ignore the powder? And also, those are fragile. You can tell they're fragile glass vials of glowing liquid. So I mean, you're dexterous, so I actually think that it'll be feasible for you to maybe get some glass bottles. By the way, it's going to be an absolute mess on the open glowing powder. That's the thing. Yeah.
Chris, DM question.
Yep.
Featherfall. Can I cast it on an item? It says I could choose up to 5 fallen creatures within a range.
Creatures.
Well, I'm assuming they probably never thought why you would ever want to cast it on an item, but would you say it's possible to?
Yeah, I'm looking. I mean, it seems reasonable to me that you could actually cast it on an item because, like, why not? Obviously. Let me look. Let me see why it doesn't have item or creature. Hold on. While I'm looking that up, though, and outside of this idea that Erastus has Pyrovin, what are you going to do about the open dust and stuff?
Leave it.
Yeah.
Could be acidic or something.
I'd say for this specific thing, I would let you cast Featherfall on an item. I'm not sure if I'm breaking things with that yet, so I reserve the right to change my mind. But for just this exact scenario, I'm okay with it.
I'll let Pyrovin know, and I will cast Featherfall on all the glass bottles.
Okay. Yep.
Before Sia forgets, she's gonna go up to Pyrovin, tell him good luck, and touch him on the shoulder and cast guidance.
Yep.
And I will cast Resistance.
Okay, so Pyrovin, I need your priority on everything you're doing. Glass bottles, chest, scepter, rings, book. I just need you to list them out, and then I need you to know. I need to know if you're really trying for the powder and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I'm not going to go for the powder or anything, but I would like to get everything that's on the top shelf. And what's that in the left-hand corner? I can't necessarily see.
I'll send you. I'll show you all of it. Okay.
Sometime a hat.
Yep. So there is. I was going to do this anyway for you, so you could really see it. There's actually a knife, some kind of ritual, like super cool, magic-looking knife. There's 2 bat wings, a scepter. There's 2 books here that are bound that don't have anything on their. Like they don't have any like markings or anything. There's 3 scrolls, some kind of hat, looks like a wizard's hat, 3 rings. There's that book, and then there's like these manuscripts. Now I need priority on everything. So like for instance, I need we're gonna list all these out. Like, tell me what you're gonna go through first.
So dagger.
There's 3 scrolls underneath here too. Yep.
Okay.
Dagger first. Yep.
Chest, wand,
Okay.
books.
Yep.
And then the
You can just slap the potions. They will slow the fall.
okay. That and then the book, rings, or whatever those things are
Yep.
right there.
The rings. Yep. The rings. Yep.
Yeah.
Scrolls next to it, and the hat.
And what I'm trying to do is, as soon as I cross over the 5-foot section,
Yep.
in tandem, my mage hand's going to try and slap the rings into the teleportation area, just in case that's a trigger.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So everybody ready?
Yep.
I'm ready
Yep.
to go because there's a ghost here.
Yeah, okay. Erastus goes
I said
and
that out
summons
loud.
Mage Hand, and he immediately feels that he is like connected and crossed this magical barrier, and he feels himself getting ripped right into the teleportation circle and
My
portal.
mage
You guys-
hand slaps the rings
Yep.
into the thing.
I
Yep.
dash forward.
Yep. So
Everyone go.
yeah, so everyone tries to dash forward now. Erastus does go ahead and like try to get them into the teleportation. All right. So give me your sleight of hand check, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay.
So this is all on your pyramid. It's all. You don't have to do it. It's fine. I'm gonna allow you to slap those rings. But Pyrovin, give me your sleight of hand check.
And you have a D4 added
Yeah.
onto it.
That would be 16.
Okay. And
What
actually,
I'm going to
you know
do with
you know
that,
what?
though,
I'm
I'm
actually
going
wrong,
to
though.
add
Let's keep it going.
a psionic energy to that if I could, so I can have a way better chance.
Sure, go for it.
That
Yeah.
I'm just use one that's 1d6.
Go for it. Yep.
Oh man. Oh, that's great.
That's an
Wow.
extra 5. So 16, that's 21.
Okay. And it does say you can do this on ability checks, right? Awesome.
Correct.
Okay, very cool. Okay. Erastus, just to make sure you get all 3 rings, go ahead and do yours. Sorry, I just wasn't thinking. Do your sleight of hand too for your mage hand. Just to make sure you get all 3.
That's a 6.
Okay. All right. That's fine. You at least got one. So, all right. So, all of you go through and rush into this portal. Sure enough, Erastus was absolutely right. So was the Professor Orb. You get about a second of going through this. You are able to get, so Pyravin, you're able to get the dagger. You're able to get the wand, the chest. As a matter of fact, you're able to get everything but the last 3 things in your priority list, which was the hat, your manuscripts, I believe, and the scroll. That is correct, right?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Everything
And the-
else.
And
Everything else.
the potions are
Yeah, he
feather
got-
called.
Yep,
Could
and
you
he got
just
all the
slap 'em?
potions. Yep, he got all the potions in, including even the Batwing. So all of that now is in your possession. You guys do teleport, and I won't leave you hanging for the next time. You actually see very, very familiar circumstance. So as you teleport out, everyone, by the way, feels themselves getting like really, really awfully sick. As a matter of fact, when you get back, everyone's actually going to have to make a Constitution saving throw, and you are literally right back where you came from. Everybody make a con save for me real quickly. Let's see who actually just lost it and completely threw up.
Rip.
21.
Okay. Yep. You're
Four.
fine. Okay. Yeah, Pyravin, you lose it. You literally you take 2 points of damage. You're that sick. You're vomiting up blood, unfortunately, with everything else, but it's pretty bad.
Theo got a natural 20. Greg got a natural 20.
I got a natural 20 with 23 because I get a plus.
We all got an unnatural or a natural 20.
Yeah. This was so Henri, this was one of 3 ways that you can go back. Henri is not with you at all. That's the other thing that you guys notice immediately is that Henri is gone.
Oh.
yeah.
So is the gold dragon here?
gone too?
Yes. Yes, because
Wait,
it was because
wait,
it was
I have the
telepathic.
orb!
Yep. Not only that, but yeah, because it was telepathically bound to her, it's also gone. I don't know if it's going to survive, Henri. We'll find out when you're back. There's a chance you killed There's a good chance you killed the gold dragon, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Man,
So what about-
I am sorry,
Yeah.
you guys. I did not mean to take the orb with me.
What
Um,
orb?
That's
The
fine.
Professor
Professor orb. I had it on.
Yeah,
me.
Wait.
she had the professor orb on her. Yeah.
Wait, that was ours?
Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah,
you
that
guys
was total-
found
that was
it.
totally yours.
Yeah,
That
no,
was totally
I was
yours.
planning
Oh
on.
my fucking god, she just like stole our shit and bounced out.
I didn't
Yeah,
steal
she
it.
didn't know. She didn't know.
Oh,
No, I
nice.
was planning.
Can't
Like
trust
as
anybody.
soon as Chris said like this was one of the first magic items you actually found, I was like, oh, like they can have it. We've found our own magic items. Like this is you guys. This was something you
Yeah,
guys found.
yeah, it's
That
very,
was so
it's very,
useful.
very true. This is, I know, and this was all on. I mean, this is if you want to blame anyone, it's blame me because Henri had no intention of stealing from you. I promise. She actually told me before this session because of what happened with Kino. She's like, yeah, I want to just make sure that no matter what. Anyway, so Henri,
But,
this
in game, we don't know that.
And
No, no,
we
of
think
course
she just
not.
took our
Oh yeah,
shit.
she's a
Yeah,
thief. She's an
absolutely.
absolute thief. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, here's the thing. Henri is not with you. Henri, this was probably the worst way to get back, but we'll talk about that in your session.
Oh,
We
good.
see-
But,
Oh,
We
good.
see if we see her again, we are just
Just
Yeah.
kill her.
If I see you again, I'll probably have the orb and give it to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
if Erastus sees her again, he's going to have a fit. The rest of them will probably be fine.
Yeah, poor golden dragon too. But anyway, we'll see though. There is a chance it'll survive, but I don't know.
Did
But
anyone-
and did anyone else fail their con save, by the way?
oh, we all rolled 20 or above.
Yeah, but
Oh, this
Pyravin,
is
yeah.
gonna be so bad. Does that raise my chances of dying?
No, but you'll see. There's all kinds of weird stuff that
Well,
happens because
Thankfully, we got a ton
Yeah.
of other shit to replace the
yeah.
orb.
So anyway, we are gonna leave this right where it left off. You guys are now back in the Tomb of Horrors. Henri is going to stay with the group though. She's going to reroll another character. You'll meet her character inside the tomb like we did with Group A. Everyone that you meet here is going to be stuck here for whatever reason. So Henri will be in one of those groups. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, we'll start off here, and you guys are right back to the place where you started from.
But a level higher.
Yes, that's the other thing that I was going to mention. This definitely is a milestone, so you guys can level. Yep, you'll be able to level.
All
Yeah,
right.
getting out of that place is part of the milestone. So,
Fuck
yeah.
Greyhawk.
Not to mention the fact that even though it's not very fair, whatever, like some of you, I actually feel bad too because CEO's like getting a ton of stuff. But I did not expect CEO, from a meta perspective, by the way, to have a pseudo dragon. So that's interesting in itself. But that was one of the conditions. It was opposite to its sister. I also expected Henri to totally get the pseudo dragon, and she might have killed hers. So we'll see what happens. But
I didn't anticipate getting
Yeah.
it. I was just like, you know what? Realistically, we're not going to be a good fit. So Henri would be a better fit. Just from like her group dynamic. I didn't think the other one was going to like that.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll start where we left off, and Henri, I'll talk to you about where we're going to put you in and all that stuff, and I'll show you which room
So
you're
are
in.
we going to level
Okay.
4?
Yep, you'll be level 4. Yep.
Oh, can we attune our stuff during this time too?
Yeah, so that's what I was about to say. This would be a good time for a long rest if you guys want to go through that, especially since Paravin's like literally vomiting blood and like having a bad time anyway. So yeah.
All right. Well, good night, everybody.
Yep.
Good night.
Yeah. Good job, guys.
So
game,
you want me to
good
make a
game.
level 4 character
Keep it
again?
easy, guys.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a level 4 character exactly, and we'll talk and I'll show you where you are and all that fun stuff. But I'll show you where you're trapped, like which room you're trapped in and all that.
Okay, and
Like-
we'll discuss what that does with Henri